This shit is called Little Ghetto Nigga. Shout out to J. Cole on the beat. My nigga does it all. Rap, dudes. Y'all niggas better catch up.
Yeah,
It's the come up.
let's bring it in.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's for my niggas in the struggle. Yeah, it's for my niggas in the struggle. Yeah, another perspective. Just another perspective. Yeah. Yo. Lifestyle of the young black and genius. Sun strapped with guns, packing jeans, and the blunts got my lungs black as Jesus. Yeah. Play with killers, hung at and slung crack for leisure. And tell a nigga run that, get gun clap for sneakers. Young niggas emulate what's coming out the speakers.
Hey, give me one sec. Let me get posted in the Discord right quick. Let me get this posted in the Discord right quick.
By crooked cops and preachers. Who am I trusting? No time to think about illegal when your stomach's touching. By any means, nigga, even if the gun is busting. I see the world for what it is now. I see the odds is looking slim for our kids now. Cause it wasn't set up for my people to rise. My niggas slain, but I see the pain deep in their eyes. Niggas living like they don't give a fuck. And I don't blame them, it's a cold world. Live it up, live it up, niggas. The dreams that I've dreamed. The rain in my sky. The pain in my eyes. But know that it gets better, baby. Hope that it gets better, baby. Don't let this world break you. No, don't let them break you.
Hey, yo, what's good? Hold on. Let me turn this up just a tad bit. This shit might be too loud in the background. Hey, what's good, Sean? Paulo, Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Hey, why you playing? Look, the thing about Paulo, he still got so much more room to improve, bro. So much more room to improve. Like, you see him take a leap from last year to this year, but there's still, like, in terms of numbers and like just consistency, he had a slow start to the season. Like, he just had a slow start to the season. What's good, P? What's good, Z? Read my first 3 comments, Florida boy. Nepotism, always propping up Magic. I dream of the day Paulo become the MVP, goes to the finals, and misses a layup to win the Game 7, and they lose to Houston. If anything, let's be real. If anything, they'll lose to the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're not losing to the Houston Rockets. Like, the only thing the Rockets got right now is Alperen Sengun. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Like, I'm just keeping it a beam. That's the only thing that they really got to say, could they be a finals team? That Alperen Sengun, that's the only thing you could be able to say. Because he's putting up, like, Jokic-style numbers in this season in his career. So, like, Jalen Green hasn't found that consistency and hasn't gained that IQ and that intelligence. He has all the talent, but the IQ, the part of being a basketball player, that's what he doesn't have. Fred VanVleet, it's not like you're trying to build around him. Who else are you gonna try to bet on? What's his name? Jayshawn Tate or some shit, or Tari Eason, or Dylan Brooks. Like, bro, those, like, 4 years, them dudes might be just out of there. They just got their check. They're not gonna get paid like that again. They're gonna go somewhere where they can actually win some games. And so it's looking a little tough. Only player from the past 3 draft class that commands a double team. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Paulo was getting them shits last year. Like, 2 months into the year, he was already getting double teams. And now the thing is now, like, he gets double teamed, but he knows what to do with them shits now. Like, he knows exactly what to do. So, like, he'll get down into the lane. I got some clips of this too, right? Where he could get down into the lane, and the window as to which he has to be able to pass the ball, it's elongated in comparison to years past. Like, in comparison, like last year, for example, right? Last year, he'll get down, and then there'll be a point to where he cuts off the idea of passing. This year, the passing lane is open the whole time. It's open the whole time. So, like, he could be right before the ball is about to get out of his hands, and he's still ready to go drop a dime. Can Whitmore be nice in the future? Can Whitmore's injuries, though. There's a reason he dropped down 20 spots. He has the talent, but he dropped like 15 spots for a reason. Like, people was like top 5, top 10 or some shit like that, but then before you know it, hopefully they don't catch up to him. And I would love to see that out of him, because I like to see players who people count out and then they ended up beating the odds. And then they're not even just as good as they even anticipated prior to. They're even better than that. So, like, Michael Porter Jr., for example. So many people just passed up on him and was like, nah, he's not going to be able to do his thing. Even though we all knew he was talented as shit. Right? We all knew it, but yet they still said, nah, we're not gonna take him. We ain't gonna take him. So like when it comes down to that, it's like, damn, like I want to be able to see him do well, of course. But even Michael Porter Jr. though, if Michael Porter Jr. had a handle, right? Fuck the handle. If Michael Porter Jr. learned how to get a base, right, and learn how to move with pace, he'll be godly. That shit would be so tough. Like he'll be like KD-esque. But he just doesn't have the base and the fundamentals of dribbling and movement to be able to do so. That's the one thing as to which I see. Like I see certain things in certain players. I'm like, damn, if they fix that shit, GG's, right? Markelle, it's hitching. He needs to hitch his threes like he shoots his mid range. That's one thing I see out of that. Michael Porter Jr., like I said, with his base. There's other certain players like Jalen Green, of course, IQ, knowledge, and whatnot. Scoot Henderson is one of those other players when it comes down to IQ. Also, Jordan Poole is another one of those players. And expected Jordan Poole breakdown of exactly why he's only averaging like 18 a game. He has had some few good games though. I don't know if y'all peeped, right? But his last like 3 games, he's been averaging like, he's had like 24, 26, and 30. So hopefully he's learning a little thing or two. Maybe it's just a little learning curve. We'll see. But he's another one of those guys who has crazy talent, but just can't get that IQ, get that knowledge, man. LaMelo should stop wearing Pumas. He getting injured. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, his ankle, bro. I don't know what it is what's going on. Even though like, you know, what's the funny thing about that Tuesday? You know, what's the funny thing about that you mentioned? He needs to stop wearing Pumas. The way I see it, I don't see ankle injuries, right? There's certain injuries. I don't see ankle injuries as one of them, right? I don't see ankle injuries as being a reason because your shoes. I don't think that's a reason as to why you may roll your ankle. If your shoe is extremely stiff, that's one thing, right? If it's like a shoe that is super stiff to break in, takes a long ass time to break in, that's one thing, right? But if I'm talking just ankle sprains, like just you're wearing shoes that you're like that's already broken in and you know what I'm saying, fairly loose, I don't think that's a problem because you see how low cut Kobe's are. Like I don't think. Hold on, let me show y'all. Like Kobe 5s, low cut is shit. Like these are by far the most low cut shoe I ever worn. Like by far, like you see it like low cut, like beneath the ankle, right? And so what I think it really boils down to is you actually strengthening your ankle, right? And you can't actually strengthen the joint, but you strengthen the muscles that attach to the joint and work around it. You know what I'm saying? To where you're doing things like where you're balancing off of different toe angles, you're balancing eyes closed, where you learn how to balance those muscles, the lateral medial muscles of like your shin and that calf area. Right, and also like the calf muscle in itself, because that's another portion of it. Like, I don't think the shoe portion of it is the problem. I think it's just his preparation, right? I think the preparation is a problem, and so I feel as though if he begins to strengthen his ankles, strengthen all the little muscles, the peroneals and all the little shit. Like, if he strengthens that and actually focuses on it, like them shits will be gone like that. And I've even done it for myself. I had a whole little stint when in high school, in like my sophomore year, like in the summer as well, where I would just always get ankle sprains, just like boom, 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 all the time. And I actually did some research, and I was like, all right, let me just try to strengthen my ankles, and then see how that shit turns out. In time, I now roll my ankle, and I literally could go work out, even if I stop working out. I know the exact rehab pattern, so then I could be able to work out again the next day. Right? Not have to wait like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks or some shit the next day. Right? And if it is really bad, I'll probably take like 3 days. Right? Contrast therapy. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Do the strengthening, of course. Boom. Do them little things to where I can be able to get right back onto the floor. And I think that's some shit that's just missing. I've seen it all over social media. I've seen polls like who's the worst player here: Halliburton, Fox, Shea. Shay's in this conversation. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Shay, he's all NBA first team, bro. He's all NBA first team. All NBA first team, bro. Paolo accidentally ended on Melo's ankle with all his weight. I seen the ankle turn, but I didn't slow down that play. I got it in my clips, but I didn't get to slow it down because I was trying to get this shit done so I could be able to start stream and whatnot. So I was like, did he just roll or did his shit just like he stepped wrong or what the fuck happened? But if he stepped on it, that's bad. Because he was literally just laying down on the baseline, like for cool, like the whole, like there's a possession down, possession back. He's just laying there. And then he laid down even longer after that. So I was like, damn, bro. And they just said they got their whole team back for the first time in literally ever. Like their whole squad, everybody there. Miles Bridges there as well. Because they missed Miles Bridges last season because of the shit that he was going through. So like, that was the first time they got their squad back together, and then boom, LaMelo goes down. And LaMelo's been on a tear. I don't know if y'all been peeping, but he been 38, 9-7, 35, 7-12. Like, dog, I was like, I had him over 25.5 that game. Boom, he gets injured. Messed up my whole all my picks on goddamn underdog fantasy, bro. And by the way, I hit 3 times, bro. I be telling y'all, I don't know if I should start dropping the picks every day in the Discord. And if y'all want to choose, if you want to do the same thing I do, that's y'all discretion. But I done hit 3 times on a 5 picks for $10 down times 20. So I've made $600. Hit 3 times on it. And I put in, I'm already up in my profit. That's how much I put in. So I just be, all right, this is going to happen here. Boom, this is going to happen here. Boom, this. Like, there be so, I done had like probably 4 out of 5s at this point. Like, there's a time Tobias Harris got a block. Tobias Harris got a block. Tobias Harris got a block. I was just like, yeah, you got it. I was just like, it just come with the game, bro. Just come with the game. I think Shea is the top 6 player in the league. Oh, P, give me a top 6 then. Give me a top 6. Who's the top 6? Who's the top 6? He said Dylan Brooks. What's good, Cap? But that Dylan Brooks is crazy. And by the way, Cap, there's still badges on YouTube, by the way. So, like, there's still tiers. And I still got it's the same colors I had over on Twitch. It's just now it's on here. So, like, if you want to be able to have that badge, you or Z going to try to compete for the first one. I don't know. But that's what it is. It's still there. So, if y'all get the memberships, you'll see go from boom, 1, there's a 2-month, 6-month, then 9, 12, 18, and 24. And it's all right there. Jazz, the most impactful player, defender in the NBA. Look at the variation of the guys he defended at a high level during his win streak. Hey, J.I. been one of the ones. We should have. I knew it. I'm a Magic fan, by the way. I'm from Orlando, Sean. So I knew it. I don't know if everybody else knew it because they ain't peep, right? Nobody really watching Orlando Magic basketball, but he guards any position, right, and does it at a high level. But the other part of it, right, the other defender that the Magic have that's really stepping into his own right now, Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs. I was watching the game today because like I only peeped like maybe 2 games prior to, but I never really fully watched. And I was just watching Jalen Suggs play. I'm like, moving him to the 2 is the best thing Jamal Mosley could have done. By far the best thing he could have done. And I feel like as though that's what's really unlocked everything that's going on. Because you're not trying to play him at the 1 and make him play make and try to have him use his motor all the time and be ultra aggressive. Because you know that tenacity that he plays with, right? He has that edge of that tenacity, that go, right? And if you try to do it as a point guard, you can't. Because as a point, you need to play with pace. If you don't play that point guard role with pace, like unless you're a Westbrook, right, who could balance those 2, right, to a good extent, unless you're that type, which is really, we haven't really seen that much. And if we're just talking in the case of Jalen Suggs, that's not necessarily what he's best at. Like Russ could be able to drop dimes, knows how to set up teammates, get to certain spots. Jalen Suggs, that's not really him. And so like when it comes down to his game, there'll be times he could play, make a transition, go down, initiate an offense and whatnot. But primarily, nah. So now you got to move him at the 2. And now he's been able to also hit 3s at a good clip. So that's been big time as well. So now that's what really allowed it to all work. Like it's no problem with like guarding the 2s, guarding the best defenders and all that. It's really, can you play the 2? It comes down to, can you shoot the ball, right? And he's at like 35% right now or some shit, but that's good enough. You know what I'm saying? If you continue to improve that like by the year, throughout the year, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be the 2. What's good, RJ? What's good? Why the fuck he scoring points when I decide not to bet on him? Wait, who are you talking about? And Cap, you said it's a string delayed or I'm just dumb. I don't know how much this is necessarily delayed. Because I know there's like, hold on, I don't think I can edit. Oh, let me do this. It's on normal latency. Fuck, I forgot to change it. It's on normal latency. I wanted to put it on low latency. It's slightly delayed though. It's a little delayed, but damn, I can't change it anymore. All right, but hopefully this is straight. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this is alright. Hopefully this is good enough. So, hopefully this is good enough. We'll see though. DeJounte Murray. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I see the Hawks when I go through bets. I see the Hawks. And I'm like, I can't. I just don't know. Some teams I just don't even go bet on. The only person on the Hawks I bet on is Clint Capella, right? The reason why, steals and turnovers. I'm like, you should not turn the ball over, nor should you get a steal. You're a big man, and you only short roll, and the reads is basic as shit. And then you should not get a steal unless somebody comes through a lane and throws a stupid-ass pass. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll put my money on that. If shit happen, it happened. If it don't, good. Because I always go low. That's the type of shit I usually be doing. Like, I'll go lower on Rudy Gobert steals. I'll go Rudy Gobert turnovers. I don't know. I don't trust his decision making. I'll do shit like that though. Like Mitchell Robinson. Oh, boom, lower on steals. You put the steals up, lower. You know what I'm saying? I'll do shit like that. Or be like, oh, Mitchell Robinson has to guard Kristaps. Oh, I'm going lower than 6 points because he's not gonna fucking score. Or I'll go lower than 7 flat with points and assists or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll do some shit like that. You said I'm a Magic fan. That's how I found your page. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was doing the whole little Magic spree like when it was around this time last year. Because if you remember, the Magic had a hot start last year, right? It had a hot start, but without having Fultz there, until after the first 25 games, it got tough. You don't have a playmaker. You try to put Jalen Suggs there, it didn't work. Cole there, it didn't work. And then after the point he came back, that's when the Magic were 500 the rest of the year. And so now we have Fultz now, but we also have Anthony Black, who could be there at the point. Cole Anthony has also taken a leap. And I'm going to talk about all of this. And this is not going to be my last Magic video I'm going to do. It's not going to be my last one by far. And I have a couple more ideas for videos I want to do throughout the week. Let me know what y'all think of this. I'm going to get right back to what you're saying, though, P. What's your rankings. But the ideas for videos I want to watch this week, or games I want to watch. I want to watch Suns, Nuggets. I think that's on Thursday. So that might be Friday's stream. I might do a Jordan Poole video. I might do a Chet video. There's one more I think I had. KD. So beyond I think I already said KD. KD is Suns, Nuggets. Jordan Poole, Chet. And I think that I may have one more, but I forgot it. So unless somebody else go dummy, then I'll watch that on the fly. So you said, okay, his top 5. P, your top 5. Curry, Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, Luka, then Shea. Over Tatum, KD, and Bron. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know what do the rest of y'all think about that shit? What do the rest of y'all think about that shit? You said over KD, Tatum, and Bron? Oh man, that's sheesh. I don't know, man. It's just he's just now coming into his own. You see his skill, you see all that stuff and whatnot. But KD is playing at a crazy high level right now, carrying the Suns. And the Suns don't got anything but KD right now. Book always hurt. Beal back fucking broke. They don't really got shit going on right now. And then Bron too. It's Bron's playing at a high level still. And so even thinking about the fact, let's say this. P, are you taking Shea over KD, Tatum, and Bron in a playoff series? If you had a playoff series start right now today, you taking Shea over those 3 players. If you can't firmly say yes, I will take him over those 3 players. I don't know if you could put him over those 3 players because the playoffs is where it really matters. And Shea has yet to make the playoffs, so it's a little tough to judge. But are you going to just go straight off the scale that he has and says, I'm gonna take him over these guys? Trust him that he's gonna be able to get me these big time wins, not just these regular season. You know what I'm saying? One game here, boom, next game, new game plan, new defense, no team really honing in on the type of shit that you do. Because that's what we really base players off of. That's how we rank players, right, as fans. We see what they did in the playoffs, we see their successes, we see their failures, and we say, oh, who's better? Regular season, that's okay, that's the basic shit. That's like level 1, level 2, level 3 of the conversation. And then we get to 4 and 5, you know what I'm saying? We get to tier 4, tier 5. That's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? That's where we begin to say, oh, is he really better than this player? Because a person can't perform in the playoffs, we'll automatically knock him, or we'll automatically knock that player below the person who can perform in the playoffs. That's one thing about it as well. Who Who would have catched it 5 times, but motherfuckers can't score? I ain't gonna lie, them five, that what you would call it? I be doing them 20x. Or cap, I do 20x. And that motherfucker. I put in 250. They match my 250. I got 500. Shit, I'm halfway through that money. I'm up about 3 times the shit I put in. And instead of drawing fouls again, is really motherfucker launches a 3 after 3. Damn, I don't. That's why I say I don't bet on the Hawks. Don't you experiment? You can't experiment. What you got to do, Cap? Look, Cap. If you're gonna try to bet on new players, what you got to do is you got to study. Then you experiment. You can't experiment with money that you got just sitting around. You can't do that. Can't do that. So, Jordan Poole is banned as well. We got excited game Pistons versus Wizards. I ain't gonna lie. I got Washington. I got Washington in that. No cap. They both dog water. And so are the Spurs. If the Spurs are this bad the rest of the year, are y'all going to give Wemby Rookie of the Year? Are y'all going to give Wemby Rookie of the Year? If the Spurs are this bad the rest of the way, are y'all going to give him Rookie of the Year? Like, honestly. Like, are y'all going to give him... Them motherfuckers is dog water. But keep it a bean. Keep it a buck. What's the record? Dog. It's bad. It's bad. I seen they had, 3 wins? They 3-15? Damn. 3-14, bro. How y'all gonna give him Rookie of the Year, bro? Y'all really gonna give Bud Rookie of the Year? They 3-14. They damn near just as bad as the Wizards and the Pistons. 1 game out. They got 1 game more won than them. 3-15 Washington Wizards. Look, let me go like this so you can actually see it. 2-14, 2-14, 3-14. Come on, man, bro. Y'all know we on Ja return. How many games left? We got T-9 games till Ja's back, man. It's going to be a good day. That's going to be a great game, man. It's going to be finally the Memphis Grizzlies and the city of the state of Tennessee is going to have some energy once Ja comes back. But damn, I ain't going to lie. Chet may be running away. That motherfucker, they stay this sorry. Wemby going to have to average 20 and fucking more than what we'd expect. He probably even more than what he got now. I think he's at 20 and 9 a game or some shit. But I got some shit in the Discord I need to peep. Jerry has sent me some shit. Just remind me, you had me ask me a question, RJ. Let me get to that. You say, yeah, it's tough, but I think Shea could keep up with his level in playoffs right away, like Ja, Fox, or Luka did. I think he will too. I wasn't gonna try to say that and knock his ability to perform in the playoffs, but I'm saying are you gonna take him over those players? You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna be able to perform. But the overall impact, a person like Braun has in the playoffs, and what you seen KD has done in the playoffs, even though he has been a little he dropped off a little bit in terms of just being clutch in the past couple of years in comparison to that year when he had Kyrie and James and they was hurt. That was the last year in the playoffs where we seen KD just go crazy all the way through till the clutch. Right? In the past couple of years, he kind of folded. Boom, played Boston next year, got dogged. And then the year after that, Denver, that game 7, they just got, that game 6, they got dogged. So I was damn, I want to see him be able to kind of take that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's lost it. I just want to see him tap back into it. That's what it is. If the Pistons lose tonight, they might not win the game again this year. You know what's funny? They paid Monty Williams how much? $72 million for 6 years? And it was please, please, please. They still dog shit, bro. You can't just try to get a coach and say, yeah, we're going to do something. You still shitty. Hopefully they're actually doing something that's actually progressing their team, in terms of locker room morale, learning, and shit like that, teaching. Hopefully, right? And then maybe they get one more draft pick, and then Monty Williams has input on that and be get this person, get that person. I like him. I like that. You know what I'm saying? And then they're able to formulate around that. So... how to limit turnovers and be a good point guard. Well, RJ, first things first. I don't like to answer questions too general because I could talk about fucking 15, 20 different topics when it comes down to that same question. I like to customize that question for yourself. So if you're having turnovers, right? Where are you getting turnovers? And then say I be in this spot and I tend to turn over the ball over here. What could I do to be able to stop that? Right? Because if I give you advice, if I give you some knowledge on different spots as to which you're not necessarily uncomfortable in, and you're actually comfortable there, then it's not really helping you get better. You got to attack the problem straight on. It's about intention. You got to really pinpoint it. And so when y'all ask questions, just be as specific as possible. Like, oh, I need to limit my turnovers. I have a problem with initiating an offense, right? Or just initiating the offense on the left side of the floor for some reason, or something like that, or being a wing and then running a play and making reads or some shit along those lines. And so try to make that question a little more specific and customized to what you are and your skill set. Watching for 3 games before betting either Asor Thompson or Chet. Oh yeah, y'all been saying shit about Asor Thompson in the Discord. I've been peeping. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try to peep. Asor is on Detroit, right? He's on Detroit. You hope the Celtics gonna get erased in the playoffs this year. Why? You don't like the Celtics cap or some shit? Why don't you like this? Oh, their fans are so cocky. You just said it right there. Their fans are cocky. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna lie. I heard a thing or two about Celtics fans. I don't want to voice it. I don't know how the YouTube regulations work over here, so I heard a couple things about people out there in Boston. Let me say, not being fans of people who do not share the same pigment of skin. Let me put it like that. People they don't like people who don't share the same pigment of skin. If the Pistons lose, yeah, I read that they lost 14 straight. I didn't see 14. They lost. Oh my! They lost 13 straight. They lost 13 straight. So they're 2-1 to start the year. They're all happy. Then boom, 13 L's. God damn. Got a crazy exam tomorrow. All right, I'll catch you though, Cap. I'll catch you. I get turnovers when I try to make transition passes. I like that question a little more. Okay, I like that specificity, fucking specification. You know, I like that a little more. So boom, I get turnovers when I make transition passes. So transition passes. So what I'm thinking and what I'm visualizing when you say that sentence is when you're in transition, you got the rock, you making your plays, and then you see a gap, and then you're probably a dribble or two too late, right? You're probably like a dribble or two too late to where you're like, oh, I see this player running down this lane. Boom, boom, pass. Turnover. Why? Shit is going so fast, you can't use those 2 dribbles or that 1 dribble even. Right, and there's something else on Brandon Miller I'm gonna talk about that I have in my clips that talk about how the importance of the pound that you put on your dribbles when you're in transition, right? I have something when I want to talk about that because that really could also impact how quick you make reads and how quick you're able to read and react. And so I'm gonna talk about that, and you're probably gonna be able to see it a little better and understand the concept a little more. Pigment skin, yeah, that's kind of crazy, but that's probably one thing that I think of in transition as to why you get turnovers, right? So you see a gap, and then you end up taking a couple too many dribbles, and then boom, you make the pass. Or 2, what would usually also happen in transition is that you would second guess, right? A lot of players see shit going so fast that they begin to say, "Oh, is this gonna work?" instead of just doing it, right? You see it, oh shit, it's there, just throw the pass. Right? Because you don't throw that pass, you begin to hesitate, and now that window is closing up for that pass to get through. So you can't have any sort of hesitation when you're trying to make some sort of pass in transition. Because especially in transition, understand the fact of this. The defense is not even set. So you throwing the ball to a player who's not even set doesn't make sense. Because that person is still also running back. Right? So like it's not like they're sitting there and they can see the gaps and then boom, they could jump out. Like you're just throwing the ball to the wrong spots at the wrong times. Right? And so even think about that. And also another thing that's what you could do. Just read numbers, right? See numbers. And it's not like something you could do while playing and like just over the course, like immediately in the game like this. It's something that must be done that must be done prior to even playing the game. So like through film. Just simply being able to recognize numbers. And so you don't have to be on the floor dribbling and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You don't have to say that. Like you just see, oh, we got numbers right now. Boom, where's our advantage? Let me just swing it over. Let me make the easy pass, right? And also do that. When in doubt, make the easy pass. That's probably going to be one of the best things you could do. So like if you see a gap and you're like, I don't want to do that, just make the easy pass. Just pitch it up to the head to the person that may be right next to you. Right? If you know somebody else is even better at making transition reads, why don't you let them get the rock? Me, myself, when I was playing, I never had the ball in transition and made those passes necessarily, right? Because what I did, I just sprinted down, got to my lane, right? Boom, spot up, shoot. That was just my game. So I never really had to make those passes. The only type of passes I did do a lot of, and I'll still do, is those outlet passes. I always read those outlet passes crazy. Like, there's something I'm just able to see to where if my teammate is just slightly ahead of a defender, or a defender has not yet to turn and sprint back and get into the paint, right? Or I could just see they're going to be able to have that gap because they're already sprinting, and that person who's playing defense is just solely there watching, not realizing somebody's running out and they're going to be a step late. Boom, lead them with the pass. Like, that was something that I always kind of had, and it's just like a little sense that I kind of picked up, and it's kind of fairly normal to me, but I've kind of made sense of it, right? It's just being able to just be aware of where your teammate will end up being and where the defender will end up being just by where they are. And it's not something you think through. And so, ultimately, kind of thinking in transition, the concept that you probably just take away from this all is just try not to think and try not to hesitate. So if you're going to try to get down, transition, make a play, right? If you see a gap that's there, throw the pass. If you're not going to throw the pass, don't throw the pass. Make the easy pass. If you don't trust yourself to throw it, don't trust yourself to throw it. But what I'll tell you to do now, especially in practice, not necessarily in game, but in practice at least, throw all those passes. Because what practice is the time for you to be able to make those mistakes. Right? Allow yourself to make some of those mistakes. Unless it's a team practice and you're trying to get minutes, don't do it. Right? Don't do it in that situation. I'm not going to say do it every single time. And it's like, oh, damn, I know I'm like 7th on the team. I'm 7th in the lineup. And I'm trying to get more minutes. And now I'm going to try all this risky shit in practice just to try to out my game. Don't do it then. If you get to some sort of environments or some pickup game that you may be playing, that's why it's so important to also put in work throughout the season. So you can still be able to learn and be able to figure things out while still being in season, right? Playing the games that do matter. And so when you get to those opportunities to where those games don't hold so much weight, or those practices don't hold so much weight, let all that shit loose and just learn from it. That's why I tell y'all to do that shit in the summer. Try to get all that shit done in the summer so you don't have to waste time during the year trying to do that stuff. And you can really focus on skills and whatnot, and like little nicks and tricks, but at the same time you're still working on your game throughout the season. So ultimately, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate when you're playing out in transition. If you see a gap, throw it. If you don't want to throw it, don't throw it. Make the easy pass. Stay patient with it. But I would encourage you a little more to throw those passes, right? Because you probably do see something, right? In order for you to know if that something is there with what you read at that time, you gotta try to see if you could get it there. Right, then you got to figure out, what went wrong? Is the velocity of my pass a little too weak? Was the gap not really there? Was this type of defender there? Like, was this a player who really likes to play in the lane? So I went to throw it. I thought I could get it through, but really he's actually boom. He's on that. Like, he's always seeing those gaps. Like, little things like that you'll figure out. You'll be able to see in time and recognize. So like, they'll usually, like, there may be a player or two on the floor who you could see, and players will point out and be like, oh, yeah, I know I'm not going to try to throw the ball in his vicinity. Like, I ain't throwing no risky passes around him because I know he's going to try to jump it. His hands are always active. He has the length, pause, wingspan, and whatnot. So, like, I'm not going to throw it then. I see him, boom, I'm not throwing that. Hold it back. Let me see if I got another one. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that. But that's going to only happen in time. Only way you're going to get better is through experience. So, try not to hesitate, and then let experience guide your learning and your improvement, because experience is really the number one thing. If you don't allow yourself to experience, then you don't allow yourself to see what you're bad at. You don't allow yourself to see what you're bad at, you will forever be bad at it because you lack the awareness of it. So you'll just be at the same level forever and ever if you don't experience. So you just got to go out there, experience, and then after you experience it, say, oh, what went wrong, right? What happened? Why did that pass not go through? Why did this not happen? Boom. And now you begin to positively reinforce the good and then eliminate the stuff that's bad. So, let me know if that made sense as well, too. Let me know if that made sense. Also, I need to peep this in the Discord. Where's this question in the Discord? I'm going to get this question in the Discord, and we get into this magic breakdown. I ain't going to waste too much time on these streams no more. I'm going to keep these streams efficient. You know what I'm saying? I keep these streams efficient. So, boom. Basketball channel. All right, boom, right here. Boom, down here. Somebody had sent me whatchamacallit. Send me this shit to watch of a sword. So I'm a peep a sword in time. Alright, so boom. Let me make sure I know what time. Boom, about 35 minutes into the stream. So I need help bringing the ball down the court. Thanks, no problem. Let me know if any of y'all got questions at all. Let me know if any of y'all got questions. So I need help bringing the ball down the floor. When I get the rebounding game and I'm trying to give the ball to my guards, I think it slows down time, allows the defense to get set, and removes fast break opportunities. Could you break down things to look out for when bringing the ball down as a taller player, and what I should be looking at, what I should be thinking about? So the thinking part of it is hard to even explain necessarily what to think about. It's almost like a checklist, right? Once you begin to experience a good bit of stuff, like in basketball, there's no real thought, like, because there's not enough time to think. It more so becomes a bunch of shit that you know, and then it's a checklist. Like, oh, do I have this? Check. Boom, I'm going. If I don't, nope, X, I'm not doing it. Like, it's a checklist to where there's no more substance than yes or no. That's all it is. Y'all realize that in time, and if y'all probably been in that same shoes of basketball in some facet, right? To where you just understand that it's almost like a coding system, right? Like a robot. Yes or no. If this is there, then yes. If not, then this. Like, it's literally just that. There's no more substance behind it, because the time as to which you allow yourself to think through it is when you're not playing in the game. So when the game comes around, you don't need to think about it, right? And the times as to which the best players do think is not in the moment, right? They don't think about shit literally right there, dead in the moment, where they're sitting at the top of the pick and roll. They're not necessarily thinking about that. They end up thinking about it when they're on the bench, or on the sideline during a dead ball. They say, oh, what happened here? Oh, this was wrong. All right, boom. Fix, next position going down. And that thought pattern right there, they allow themselves to say, oh, this is wrong, let's adjust to this. And then by fully thinking it through, then they trust themselves in the future to be able to do exactly what they said, do exactly what they thought of in the past, right? And so instead of just literally sitting there in the moment thinking about everything that's going on, thinking about every single factor, you don't have that much time. And so you must think of it prior to, right? In times to where you're watching film, you're at home, you're chilling, some shit like that, or the best players, even like the LeBrons in the game and whatnot. Dead balls, they're thinking, boom, let's do this next time down, boom, they do it, execute, chest move, right? Timeouts, boom, chest move. All right, boom, you following me? Going to the free throw line, I'm going to shoot these free throws because these are natural, but in between these free throws, I'm also thinking about how we can match up on the other side and be able to be a step ahead, right? Boom, chest move. Like little things like that. Like NBA players, like the high-level players, have a great ability. Like I'm talking like LeBron, Chris Paul, Draymond, great ability as to being able to hop in and out of conscious and subconscious thought. Like, I don't think anybody even understands the fact of I'm literally sitting here thinking this whole play through, thinking about every single factor. Then I'm going to go in the game and do exactly what I just thought about, right? For 5 minutes, I thought about every single factor. And I'm getting to the point where I put it right back to a checklist. Oh, this here, boom, no. All right, boom, X. All right, this here, boom, check. All right, no, boom, X, check. Like, they hop in and out of subconscious thought crazy. And so that's just all for me to say. They don't be thinking about shit like in depth in the moment. So it's more so about the thinking prior to. And the thinking prior to is all you really got to do is just take into account all the variables and understand them, right? So like this player is in this spot. Like, oh, do I understand like what he may do? Like how far up the line is he compared to this? Is he jumping? Is he getting all the way back to the paint? Is he hugging, staying attached? Like little things like that, right? And so let me kind of get back to his question in its entirety. He said, can you break down what things to look for? And also, I'm pretty sure Jerry's, he's pretty tall too. I'm pretty sure he's like 6'7" or some shit. Like pretty tall, like more so like big forward. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even a center on some teams. But he said as a taller player, he wants to be able to be the person to bring the ball up the floor. And so you also got to understand the dynamic of what does your coach necessarily want? Like, is your coach going to give you that freedom at this point in time, right? With the season just now starting, right? Because this is really a skill that you have to experience through, to where you got to have trial and error, right? You got to make the mistakes. Boom, you make the mistakes, and then you go back and correct it over and over and over till you get to the point to where your success rate is at a good clip, right? I don't know what number that is exactly. Probably somewhere around maybe like 70% or some shit, where 7 out of 10 times you're making the right play, or like 8 out of 10 or some shit. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that, but to where that clip and that success rate is high enough to the point where they trust you with the ball. And so that's going to only come through experience. And so now being in the high school season already, it's going to be hard to be able to do that at this point in time, on the fact that you're trying to do what you need to do to be able to win games. And so all the work that you put in the summer, it's now come to light, and that's what you're bringing to the table. Of course, you can still be able to learn skills throughout the season, but you're not going to be able to get as much experience in it as you would in the off season had you been aware of the skill and understood it. Because in the off season, you could just play 5-on-5 all day. You could just make these mistakes all day with no like weight that comes to making that mistake. And so, just kind of think about the situation as it is now. Ideally, you would want to kind of address this prior to, but this is something you realize in the course of the season. So how could you fix this in the course of the season? Think it through prior to, right? One, and then you got to make sure you build that trust with your coach. And the only way you're going to be able to build that trust is not by going to him and saying, can I just start bringing the ball to the floor and making decisions? You got to show him. You can't tell him, right? You got to show him. The only way he's going to believe that you could do it is if you show him that you could do it consistently. And so, do you even feel at the moment that you have the ability to make the reads and the capacity to be able to see what needs to go on, right? And that there's going to also be at times in games to where it's not necessarily, you bring the ball up now, or there's not going to be times in the game where you tell yourself, this is when you bring the ball up and this is when you don't do it. It's more so going to be a feel component of it, right? Do I feel as though I could be the one to take the ball down and I see an opportunity to be able to go down and make a play, right? Do I see that for myself, and do I trust myself in doing so? Because if you haven't been the person to even do that in itself, you probably even lack the self-confidence to be able to do it. And if you lack self-confidence in anything as to what you do, good luck being successful at anything as to what you're going to do, because you just don't believe in yourself. You don't have the confidence. And so when it comes down to this, do you believe in yourself, right? And then if you don't, all right, the ways to which you must go about to build this, like the action plan now, right? I'm going to just give the action plan. Watch the film, right? Any games that y'all have, watch the film, watch the games. Also, watch actual NBA players that may even mimic a similar style to you, right? A similar size, a similar frame. So I'm pretty sure you're a taller player. If you have a solid handle, maybe let me go watch Ben Simmons when he's playing in transition, right? Let me see how Ben Simmons is able to look over the floor and be able to navigate around and be able to find his gaps and be able to find these passing lanes. Let me see how he's able to do that. What type of moves he uses in transition. In case somebody decides to step up, somebody decides to go and reach. What type of shit that does he do? Let me watch somebody like Braun. Let me see what he's seeing instead of just watching him and what he's doing. Yo, what's good? What's good, Kai? What's good? He said, "Hey, Pookie. Do I know you? Is this a Kai I know or a different Kai?" But Pookie is crazy, gang. Pookie is crazy. But look at players that mimic a similar frame as you. So, like, let me look at a Braun. Let me look at a Ben Simmons. Let me look at some of those taller players who bring the ball down transition. See, and like I said, see what they see and don't see what they're doing. Because that's where a lot of y'all fuck up watching film. Y'all think, all right, if I want to learn how to do a move, I'm going to watch how the player does the move, and I'm going to go and do the move as they do the move. But little do you even realize, you do not know when to use a move, who to use a move against, and at what point in time to use a move. There's multiple components that allow you to be able to execute a move properly, right? So, like, you got to understand when, and then understand, I'm pretty sure there's a third one. I low-key forgot the third one. When do you use a move, who to use a move against? And I'm pretty sure there's another one I forgot, but yeah, those two things really right there. Like, you got to understand those components of it, and not even just the move, but like just reads in general. Like, boom, he made this bounce pass. What gap did he see to throw that bounce pass? Oh, he seen that player trailing behind him a little bit, seen his teammate on the full sprint out. All right, boom, let him with that pass. Good velocity on the pass. Practice your passing as well, right? Because little things like the full court bounce passes and whatnot, like, those are type of shit that you really got to have this for. Like, you got to have the arm strength, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to throw bullets, right? And that only comes through, if you don't have it naturally, you practicing passing. So, like, actually throwing the ball, throwing the basketball, some shit along those lines. Tyrese Halliburton or Tyrese Maxey? In my opinion, who do you got? What's good, Obito? And also, me, I got to go Halliburton, bro. I got to go Halliburton, bro. His production is too crazy. His production crazy, bro. His production is crazy, and he's still, like, his production, the efficiency, the bag work, people don't even realize, like, the ISO game. He ISO, like, I like, damn. That's tough. But also at the same time, though, their system is meant to have high-ass production. Like, they don't play defense. It's just a whole bunch of possessions, right? But if I think of, like, if Halliburton had, like, Embiid, Halliburton is averaging 21, 22, and probably 15. Probably, like, 21 and 15, dog. Like, 21 and 15. You got Halliburton, too, Magic Bound. Hey, we about to get to his Magic breakdown in a second, too. We about to get to it in a second, but I'll just have to answer this question right here in the Discord right quick. Let me respond back to him as well. I responded. No, I was at Ed. Let me get this game uploaded or get my clips loaded right quick so we can just get straight to the substance. You know what I'm saying? Let's get straight to the substance. I got a cool 9 minutes of clips. Cool around 9 minutes of clips. You know what I'm saying? We got some shit going on today. All right, boom. Let me see this. Buddy said he can't text in my YouTube chat. Somebody said that in the Discord. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what to do about that one. That's a problem for him and himself. Let me post this on Instagram right quick. Then we're gonna get started with this breakdown. We're gonna get started. And by the way, the people that I'm gonna highlight in this video are Paolo, Franz, Cole, and Suggs. I'm also gonna talk a little bit about like Ingles, Mo Wagner, Gary Harris, and whatnot. Because of course, also realize this: Anthony Black. I'm gonna talk about a little bit. Fultz and Wendell Carter are out, and yet they're on a 7-game win streak. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Some of y'all need to start peeping. Some of y'all need to start peeping, bro. If, as a Magic fan myself, if we could have a 44-38 record, that exceeds my expectations. 44-38 exceeds my expectations. I just want little progress, little improvements day by day. That's all I want. All I want when it comes down to that. Let me see. All right, let me get this poster right quick. Boom. Halliburton is him. Yeah, Halliburton, bro. Like, dog, this shit is ridiculous. But do you even realize how fast the motherfuckers be playing at? Like, it's ridiculous how fast they play at. This should be ridiculous. Like, they barely even play any defense. Hold on. Boom. Let me get this video of Paula right quick for the gram. Boom, hold on. He averaging 12 assists with the players that he got. But the players that he has are perfect, though. I don't think some of y'all realize that. The players that he has around him are perfect. Like, he has Buddy Hield, spot up. Neesmith, spot up. Miles Turner, spot up. And then who's the last one? Obi Toppin being in the lineup. Perfect. Lob threat, cutter. Right, boom. Fuck, I forgot the fourth player the other player they be playing with. But that's also a reason why you don't see Benedict Mathurin playing. I talked about this in the last stream that I had, but that's why you don't see Benedict Mathurin playing. Give me 1 second too. Let me give me 1 second as well. Let me get here. Give me 1 minute. Boom. 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 I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Hold on. Let me explain why Benedict Mathurin isn't playing. Because Benedict Mathurin, we all be like, oh, he nice. Benedict Mathurin nice. Be like, he don't get playing time. He don't get burned, and that's also why they moved Duarte as well. Like, it's the same reason. Hold on. Boom, boom. Hold on, boom. Get this, get this. Get this. Here we go. All right, let me explain this. Let me explain this before you even get started with this breakdown right here. Right? And so, Buddy be racking up his stats. Because, look, Buddy Hield, the thing with Buddy Hield, he don't sit there, tap, 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 cross, no ice. They don't do none of that, right? That's how their offense work. We need to get down, shoot as many shots as we can, possessions, get it out, get quick, boom. Shoot as quick as we can, get back, boom, get it out as quick as you can. Right? And then in them doing so, they bait teams into playing at their speed. And so with Benedict Mathurin, with Chris Duarte, they're players who are a little too much of ball stoppers, right? To where they need to get to some jabs. They need to get to some ISOs. They need to get into their bag, right? They're players who begin to do that. And so, boom, Duarte out of there, right? And now Mathurin, boom, benched, right? Because the way as to which he needs to score is going to be more of a paced, calm, suave game. But, like, with the way they play, you can't do that. Like, that's going to take away time, right? And so, like, I'll say this last stream, but the Clippers need to play at a similar, not as fast. Actually, fuck it, as fast as the fucking Pacers, because you won't be outscored. If you get up as many possessions as the Pacers and you play at that pace, you will not be outscored. There's just no way. You have Kawhi Leonard, PG, James Harden, like Russ. You won't be outscored. What they need to do is take that same concept, move Harden to the 2, tell him to shoot quick and don't sit there with the ball. Russ takes the ball down the floor every single time. Get the shit to Russ, right? Get the shit to Russ. And if Harden, you want to have it, you better take your ass down the lane, sprint like a motherfucker, like go hard as shit, like quick plays, because there's no way you get outscored. And so that if they really do want to win, that's probably what they would have to do. But that's not necessarily what they're doing. So it's like it's making it tough. And Buddy Hield just catch, boom, one dribble, pull up, boom, one dribble, step back, boom, like shit, simple shit like that every single time. From 22 wins to 32 wins to 40 plus. It's Coach of the Year status. Oh, that's what Mosley would do with the Magic, from 20 to 33. Then to if we get to 40, if we get 44, I ain't gonna lie, that's real Coach of the Year consideration right there. That's real Coach of the Year consideration. Anthony Black and Suggs did to Halliburton. I'm straight. Magic till the streak over. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that game too, bro. I don't know if you in the Discord, but Cap, who was in the chat earlier, he left. He had sent that shit on the night of, and they was up by like 40. He was like, what is going on? Like, what happened? They was like, what's going on? What happened? I'm like, bro, it's the Magic. You know what I'm saying? Stop disrespecting us like that, bro. Stop disrespecting. Also, let me pull this up as well. I be putting on binaural beats in the background while I do my breakdowns. Helps me focus, helps me stay engaged, helps me even memorize some of the shit that I'm saying too. So where is the shit at? Boom, over here. Let me turn this up a little bit because we about to get started with this breakdown. Probably about right now. I ain't gonna lie, if y'all started using binaural beats, if you're doing homework, if you're about to study or some shit like that, if you're even trying to go to sleep, I'm telling you, bro. The second I started listening to binaural beats before I go to sleep, I use like 3.1 hertz or like 4 hertz around there, because it's like gamma waves and theta waves, which help induce sleeping and get you into that sleeping state. And so, like, I started doing that. My quality of sleep, because I only sleep 6 hours a day, that shit through the roof. Like that 6 hours feels like 8. Feels like 8. And like, even though sometimes you could get 8 hours of sleep, right? But it don't feel like no real 8 hours to where you feel your body fully recovered. So, yo, what's good, Whiskey? What's good, Whiskey? Where you from? Whiskey? Because this is YouTube now. I gotta get used to everybody pulling up on YouTube and shit. Rockets versus Magic in-season championship game would be lit. You know who's winning that game, right? You know who's winning that game. Same team that won that first game of the season. So, you already know what's going to happen. So, don't get your hopes up too high, because you're probably going to lose that game, P. You're going to lose that game. It's all right, though. It's all right. All y'all got is Shangoon. Oh, you coming from Twitch? Okay. I just had to make sure, because some people be popping up, boom, they never pull up. So, By the way, we got merch coming on the way soon. We got merch coming probably in January. By the way, you got some merch coming in January. Be quiet in chat, just picking up gems. Oh, okay. I get it. But now it's time to get some more gems, though. Time to get some more gems. You left Twitch? Yeah, I left Twitch. I had to slide out. Because I just feel YouTube is going to be better in terms of growth and everything and whatnot. It's all just on one platform. Instead of having to go between 4 platforms. Like, I would use Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. And I have to go from funnel people from Instagram and TikTok to YouTube, then from YouTube into Twitch, right? And not a lot of people even use Twitch. And, like, it's more of a broad audience. And so, instead of doing that, I was just like, boom, Instagram, TikTok, straight to YouTube. Everything right there on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That first game didn't mean nothing. We're warming up. So were we. We're on a 7-game win streak. We're on a 7-game win streak, man. Come on. We just now warming up, too. We don't even got 2 of our starters. 7-game win streak. Come on, man. Tyrese only 23 and doing this? Dog. Do y'all see? Hold on. If Tyrese goes the next, 12 years, 12 to 14 years, averaging 10-plus assists a game, can he beat out Stockton at number 1? That's a good-ass question. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on that. I'm going to see, the rates as to which, because I ain't going to lie, he has that number at, 15,000 or some shit, Stockton, right? And so, dog, if he hit that motherfucker, that should be, oh my gosh, because, the way he be in dimes, if you gave him if you gave him Embiid, good luck, bro, good luck. Way more exposure than Twitch as well, because YouTube actually has an algorithm, right? And a Twitch VOD is just gonna sit on your channel on a Twitch VOD. There's no discovery page, nothing like that. YouTube search, it's search engine optimized to where you can search anything and have a chance of popping up, right? People could just simply see my thumbnails, see everything and whatnot. And so I feel as though it was just a better move to make. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this move. Just makes sense. Tyrese could be open to beat it. I ain't gonna lie, that shit, yo, if he beat that shit out, cause even realize how long people be in their primes for, right? His prime, he didn't be an OD on this, bro. Look, cause the thing when it comes down to assist, it's not like it's buckets, to where you're, you know what I'm saying, to the point where the wear and tear is gonna slow you down like this. Reading the floor and making those type of plays just depends on the offense, right? And people nowadays are playing into their prime to their 30 to 35, right? To their 37, Bron is 39. That's some shit to where he's 23 now, having a year right now, averaging 12 assists a game. What if he just averages, let's say he drops down to 10.9 this season. And then over the course of the next 14 years, he's averaging on average 10.2, 10.3. Dog, come on, man. Come on, man. That's I want to see the rates, especially if you stay healthy and whatnot, because the health part is a big portion of it. He did miss a lot of time last season as well with the elbow injury, and he was going off last year too, but people wasn't talking about it like they are this year. But yeah, there was the 4th seed with 40 games through the season, a little before the All-Star break, 30 to 40 games in. I think it was around 30. 4th seed in the East. I was like, oh damn, the Pacers was winning games. And then he got hurt, and then everybody just forgot about every bit of it. He was an all-star, though. I will give him that. He was an all-star. So y'all didn't forget about that. You ain't forget about that. Stockton, he averaged 10.5. Oh, yeah, it's tough. Halliburton's already... Damn. It could... Look. Records are meant to be broken. I'm just going to put it like that. Records are meant to be broken. He's going to average way more than 12 in his prime. Halliburton, if you get him the right pieces, I think the Pacers did a great job of adding Obi Toppin, but Obi Toppin is not no superstar to where you could just hoard assists, right? You need somebody you could hoard assists to. Stockton had Malone. Malone, pocket pass, easy. You know what I'm saying? Or it'll be this, pocket pass, catch, 1 dribble, bump, or 2 dribbles, bump, lay. It would be something that simple. Or 1 dribble, spin move, or some little shit like that, right? Just quick shots, right? You just need possessions, and you need somebody who's gonna score in minimal dribbles. And so if you get him a 4-man, right? A good modern 4-man to where they could be able to be a lob threat. They don't take too many dribbles up. They just get straight to the bread and butter. Ain't no need for the hezzies and whatnot, step backs, like they just get straight to it. If you give them one of them type of players, right? Like let me see if I can think of any names, like off top, like a 4. I feel as though if you had like an Embiid, of course, I feel like Embiid would change his game up a little bit and just take those short roll shots. Like he won't need ISO so much because boom, Tyrese just getting spots. He just hit you when you need to. And then of course you give him like a shooter as well. Then it's like, damn. And also realize he's getting like over 12 in this type of offense that they're playing. I don't know if he's gonna play this type of offense his whole career. So that's gonna be a tough part about it. Like that, the production he's getting right now is insane numbers. Cause look how many points they fucking scored. They beat the Hawks in 4 quarters, 157 to 152 in 4 quarters. Dog, in the 90s, that shit would have had to been fucking 7 OTs. That shit would have had to been 7 OTs to get that motherfucking number or some shit like that. Or like 5 OTs, 5 overtimes to get that number. They got that shit in 4 quarters. In, out, boom, shot, 3, boom, boom, boom. Like if you watch that game, the shit was ridiculous. Like it was just lay, shot. Like everything was going down. It was ridiculous. So like even the game after that, they played the Raptors. This shit was 133 to 132 on a back-to-back. Them motherfuckers on crack. It's like they on crack, bro. In GTA, of course, it's like they on crack, bro. It's like how the hell you go so fast for so long? Pause. How? Like it's ridiculous, bro. He was averaging 7.1. I ain't gonna lie, he does. It seems like it's getting close. Then it seemed like it might be getting close. By the way, I just peeped the sub shit went up 6776. Road to 10K with it. I ain't looking to get started with his breakdown. Tyree averaging 5 more than Stockton. I ain't gonna lie. Let's just let time tell. Let's let time tell, right? And then in time we can revisit this conversation. I'll be like, yo, remember we talked about this shit 10 years ago? I'm like, yo, it should be ridiculous. But played 20 seasons, nearly all the games. Oh yeah, durability. That's why I'm saying health, durability. Like if he has that Bron type of durability, he can break it. But like, who's gonna have that Bron type of durability? And it also comes down to how well like do you take care of your body for the type of way that you play. So like, for example, if you put that same type of investment into, say, if Tyrese put that same level of investment into his body and his durability like Bron did, he could have an even longer career, possibly. I don't know, like essentially like how genetics and whatnot and little things like that could alter that. But like he could be able to have himself a long ass career to the point where it's not like he's playing the game. I mean, he's like, he does make some sharp cuts and sharp movements and a little shifty and whatnot. But in terms of like real impact, right? Playing the game with the force. Like he doesn't need that spring. He doesn't need to like jump or nothing like that. You don't even see him do that shit now really. So he just got to lock in, you know what I'm saying, on his own future, invest into his own future. So then he gets his breakdown though. Let's get to this breakdown, man. So let's go about right there with it. All right, so boom. All right, let's get it. Let me get some water too. You said, but Tyrese and free guys like Bron, so he could be durable. I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying too. Like, he could, like, his style of play is passing. It's not like he's going off finishing, getting to the lane and all that other shit. So that's the thing. Playmaking could still be there. You can still be there for a while. That's the thing about playmaking. It's not like it's scoring to where like you got to put a lot of energy and effort and puts a lot of toll into your body, right? But it's passing. So we'll see though. We'll see in time. Let's see how the season turns out, how seasons stack up, and we'll see how it should turn out, man. I'm looking at Stockton stats right now. He averaging 13, 5 straight seasons, 12 plus for 8. Damn. I'm telling you, bro. You just need a motherfucker who gonna get shots up quick. Like pocket pass, boom shot, boom layup. Like you need somebody who's just gonna get them up quick as hell. Like that's all he need really. Like if you got him a person like if he had a Blake Griffin, shit, Blake. Oh my god. Like he'll do more numbers than what CP did with Blake. I don't know what numbers he did, but I just know Tyrese gonna do more. I know Tyrese will probably do more because he just go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you put him in that system, let me say at least within that system, he gonna do numbers. Numbers. So let's get to this breakdown though. Let's talk about the Magic. Let's talk about the Magic. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Tyrese, last time the Magic played Tyrese Halliburton, they lost by like 20 points. And they was down 40 at one point. You know what I'm saying? Let their foot off the gas a little bit. So let's get to this though. Now, like I said, the people want to talk about Paolo, Cole, Franz, Suggs, and a couple of other players. I'm gonna talk about in a little bit. But first player I want to talk about though, first player. I just gotta acknowledge this first before the Paolo, Franz, and Cole shit. Jalen Suggs, right? We gotta talk about Jalen Suggs. The person who's made the biggest leap this year, in my opinion, and has affected the team the most, Jalen Suggs, by making little plays like this, being that energy player. Because understand like as to what this brings and why he can't play the one, right? With the way as to which he plays at this position, with so much aggression, so much tenacity, if you put him at the one, he can't do that at the one because you need pace, you need patience, you need poise. But putting him at the two, you allow him just to freely do this right here. Be aggressive on both sides, just to go all out on defense, not have to worry about converting it back over on offense, and you let him be your energy guy. And that's something all great teams have. A lot of this I'm also gonna put down into slow motion as well, because I like to be able to see every single portion of it. And so y'all could also see it as well. So boom, I'm gonna slow it down even when we first go through the looks, right? But now Anthony Black, because realize the Magic success at this point, right? I hit restart. I'm bugging. I hit a fucking N or some shit. That shit hit restart. That motherfucker, right? But look what I was saying though. The Magic on a 7-game win streak though, right? With no Markelle Fultz. Minute into the game, Anthony Black. And now you beginning to see what the Magic could also have at that one spot, right? Not even necessarily just to have on their roster for their team and their purposes, but the type of moves they can make with these type of pieces, with like Anthony Black. Because you see how talented he is on a play like this, right? Understand how he even made this play, right? Notice the little ball fake that he makes right here, right? Boom. Watch Williams. That little ball fake, put hands high, and now his hands go high, pass goes low. And now he has to step over, recover, Bitadze, boom, already gets that dunk. Like, you're also going to see more out of Anthony Black. Like, he really has some skill at that one spot, and then also the height that he has, the size that he has at the one. The only question is his jump shot. Like, most of y'all should know. Like, the question, if y'all watch the Magic, the question is the jump shot. Does he have the jumper? Can he build the jumper, most importantly? If you can't build the jumper, it's going to be tough. So, but overall, without the jumper, you see the potential. You said Stockton record will be beat just by math and analytic changes. All records are meant to be broken. That's why Bron's still trying to go dummy. Set that number so high, nobody can even touch that shit. I'm curious even what Bron's total career numbers like, including postseason, right? Including postseason, not just regular season. Because regular season he just hit 39,000. He just hit 39,000 in regular season. But if you add in his playoff points, I don't know if anybody that number is gonna take a long ass time to be broken. Because Bron's durability is some shit that we've never seen, especially out of a scorer. That's some shit we've never seen. Or I don't know. Some of y'all don't want to call him a scorer. You say he's just a passer, but yeah, he can't score, but he leads the NBA in all-time scoring, and I don't know. This is funny. It's like I don't know what you want to call it. Then I don't know what you want to call it. But here though too, peep this with Jalen Suggs. Remember what I was saying with Jalen Suggs though, right? Right here with Jalen Suggs. Now, one of the reasons as to which Jalen Suggs isn't necessarily the best one, is more so a better two, is because little things like this in terms of playmaking, right? Making these decisions a little too early, right? That aggression that he has is on defense and has now translated onto offense and has now forced him to rush a lot of the plays that he makes. Because in a situation like this, you want to get yourself more in a spot to where you really force this big to make a decision. Like, you get right here around this elbow. You get Goga Bitadze in a spot to where the roll is really a threat, right? And now he's sitting there in between saying, which one should I go to? Should I go take away the roll, take away the pass, or take away the shot? And now that's when you could really decide to make that play. But he's not comfortable in those areas at all times. And so that's why he's really a better two, especially since he's also added a little bit of a jumper as well. And so these little areas would be tougher for Jalen Suggs. Let me speed this up. Oh, dime. Peep, hold on. Peep Anthony Black though, right? I'm telling you, we got some pieces. Now, Anthony Black, cool, little touch pass dime. Just little things like read and transition, right? Remember we were talking about transition a little bit earlier, right? Remember this stuff we were talking about? Stockton played 82 games in 16 seasons. I ain't gonna lie. That shit gonna be tough. That shit gonna be tough, bro. You said 82 games in 16 seasons? Like, I ain't gonna lie.
With all due respect.
That shit might not get broken. Like, I ain't gonna... That's a level of durability that I don't know if lies in today's game. And that's not even just something that's to which is a coach's thing. That's a player's mentality. Like, you gotta have the desire and the urge to say, I'm gonna play every single fucking game. I'm gonna invest into my body. I don't give a fuck what they say. I'm gonna make sure I'm healthy. If I feel a little bit of pain, I ain't gonna say shit. I'm gonna play. I don't know if certain players got that. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a tough ass record to break. What if Tyrese play with Wemby? Wemby's not his style of play though. Wemby's not it. He could, like, the lobs could go stupid. But for Wemby, like, one of the means of his scoring is isolation, right? Because he could be able to score over the top of you, especially if he develops a triple threat game. And so think about that. Like, that's like 10 points he's going to get off of ISO play, right? So, like, he needs someone who's going to set terrific screens, be a great roller, and be a great short roller. Because just being a roller is one thing. Being a good short roller is a completely different skill. If you have somebody that can roll and short roll, like Stockton had with Malone, that's when you could actually be able to say, oh, I think he could possibly really get that. Or if you don't have that, it's going to be like, all right, he's just going to be at a bar to where he could be top 5, you know? And also, like I said, the durability is another portion of it, right? So, like, remember we're talking about transition, though. Right? Now, when going down transition, there's a sense that you get. You pick up on where certain players are and how they're going to react to when certain things happen, right? And now your decisions become just second nature. So, like, Anthony Black in this situation, right? You know Terry Rozier is going to take this first pass down, right? And Terry Rozier turning and taking this first pass, literally doing a whole 180. Boom, touch pass right there to Paolo. He doesn't have enough time to be able to recover and take away Paolo's lane to the rim. And so that's just the easy, let me give it up to my teammate instead of me taking it for myself. Anthony Black once again. Peep this finish though, right? Peep this finish. Let me put it full speed. Little hook off the glass. But understand these little angles in terms of finishing. Understand these little angles, right? These angles are important. Especially coming down the middle. A lot of people don't realize it, but the angles as to what you get coming from down the middle is so much better, and it's a completely different bag that you need as a player, right? And so from this spot, going straight down from this elbow in line with the box, right? In line like with the paint, you'll be able to get these angles to where you have to angle your arm more so in a hook facet, right? Instead of in a float, because that float turn your body, exposes the ball to the person that's on the inside, right? Whereas in this situation, you have to really work on your ability to keep that on the outside and learn that different touch you need to put on the glass, because this glass touch is a different angle, right? That's a completely different angle than one of them straight on ones, right? Or one of the wing angles. The wing angle is a little like, it's just different. So you got to be able to pick up this habit and just learn these different angles of the backboard and learn the different arm angles and extensions that you need. So these angles be tough though. And that's something Anthony Black already is a solid finisher as well at that. Because if you get the playmaking, you at least got to be a good finisher. You can't just be a playmaker with no finishing and no shot. Because it's going to make being a playmaker extremely tough. Because what really makes a playmaker a good playmaker or a passer, a good passer, is their ability to get themselves in positions where they force the defense to help, right? And say you're getting into the paint. You want to go and kick out, but they know you're not a good finisher. So they're going to step over late, take away the pass, jump late, and you're going to miss that. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least be able to take advantage of one of those two, between finishing, mid-range, shooting threes, whatever it is. And now Pete Bitadze right here, right? Pete Bitadze. Pete is moving by Bitadze, right? You see that relocation right there along that baseline. That's key. That's something people forget. And yes, he traveled like a motherfucker. He did travel. He did. But look, though. Look, understand this. Not a lot of bigs even think about this concept, right? A lot of bigs usually get stuck down here on the short corner. A lot of them, right? But understand, when your teammate picks up the ball, doesn't mean you just sit there and pick and stop your feet as well, right? You got to continuously move, find new gaps, because what's usually going to happen when the ball gets picked up, the off-ball players also get stuck. Their eyes get stuck on the ball. We're just waiting for a shot to go up, just waiting for them to do something because they don't have a dribble, right? But if you relocate, boom, they won't know where you are, because where they thought you were is no longer where you are because their eyes were stuck on the ball, right? So that constant relocation, you even realize it's left, right, boom, pump fake, switch to the left, travel. They ain't peep it. But that little relocation as a player that's off the ball through dead balls is something that's going to be able to get you easy buckets, right? You're going to see that a lot of times at all levels. Like, it's just a habit all defenders have, right? Where a player makes a move and they get their eyes stuck when they pick up the ball. They say, oh, ball's dead. And they're like, oh, shit. And the player leaves. Like, if you relocate, it's like, oh, damn, like you gave up an easy two right then and there. So you got to always continuously look. Mark Williams looking goofy. I ain't gonna lie, I did have him looking goofy. He was like, oh, shit. When he slow it down to make players makes it look way worse. Because look, dead, right? Turns, steps out. Nobody's even there. Nobody's even there, bro. Pump fake got him. He traveled, though. That's funny, though. He traveled on it, too. But peep this, though, right here with Jalen Suggs. Look, this is where Jalen Suggs has made the improvement for him to actually play it, too, right? Doing little things like this right here. You see him already ready, set to shoot. But can you knock it down, though? Can you knock it down? That's the real question, right? And he has been able to knock it down. Not at like 40% or anything like that. 35 around that area to where you're respectable, right? To the point where if defenses do decide to help in this much, you cool. Like, you ain't got to worry about it too much. You're going to be able to step in and your teammates trust you to be able to take this shot. And so if Jalen Suggs is simply adding this little bit of improvement to be able to shoot off the spot up, has really unlocked the magic, because he's not trying to do something that he's not best at doing, and is doing something that's now aiding to the entire team, and he's playing to his strength. And then also, once again, Jalen Suggs right here. Every team needs a player like this, right? Every single team needs a player like this. You know what I'm saying? The person who's at times just going to full on be aggressive. And this is the times where you could do that, right? This is really the perfect times. The Stockton numbers, Brazy, insane. I didn't realize it was that crazy, honestly. Like, he said he played 82 games for like 12 seasons or 16 seasons. What'd you say? 16 seasons. Insane, right? But look, Jalen Suggs though. Look, for Jalen Suggs' part, right? This is where you can activate that aggression, playing in transition to where you already know these reads and the game is already up tempo, right? And if you see your gaps, right, going attacking Terry Rozier one-on-one, him backpedaling. This is the opportunity for you to be able to say, all right, let me go and attack. You got Williams, shot blocker, out to play. Everybody else, non-shot blockers, non-rim protectors. And now you're just facing Terry Rozier. At that point, easy lays. He's not going to be able to stop that. He's going backwards. And so he's got to learn when to pinpoint and when to activate this aggression. And transition is going to be one of those situations. Turn this off right quick. Boom. See that? Joe Ingles. I want you to peep this, right? Peep this. Whoa, P. Don't do that, P. Don't do that, P. That's Twitch subs. Don't do that, P. You can't do that. You know exactly what you was doing, bro. Hold on. I'll do my IRL film. I'll do the games anything that I have as of late. Like, I have my old shit, but like I've already watched that. If y'all haven't peeped, it's somewhere down on my YouTube. I watched some of my old stuff, but I'll watch my latest IRL film on YouTube at 15K. And right, you're gonna be like, bro, yeah, 6 right now. You gotta expedite the process. The process is about to get expedited. You know what I'm saying? Taking the steps in the right direction. We'll be at 15 before you know it. I really was considering putting it to 20 for a second. I was like, should I go 20? I'll go 15 because y'all was not gonna hit that motherfucker on Twitch for a while. Y'all is not gonna hit that. So 15 on YouTube is valid. 15 on YouTube is valid though. I got y'all 15 subs on 15K on YouTube. Then I'll show whatever IRL stuff I have as of late. So boom, look at this though, right? The addition of Joe Ingles initially at the start of the season, I was like, why did you get Joe Ingles? Right? He's gonna take up time, but now just realizing what he's been able to do, I'm like, oh, this is what it is, right? A vet, right? A vet that not only could be able to teach, but someone who's also gonna take accountability because he knows exactly what he's doing. Like right here, taking accountability for a play like this, to where the roll's occurring, the big has to step over, Anthony blacks out the play, Jalen Suggs is moved all the way up to the top of the key, and now he's the one that has to take away this roll early and force a skip pass to be thrown and has to make that long rotation. But he's late on this rotation, right? Mark Williams, boom, dunk, boom, puts a finger in the air. So when they go back and watch the film, they're like, oh, that's on me. And not only that, it shows the coaching staff and the teammates that, oh, it's my fault. Don't worry about it, y'all. That's on me. And so what he's been able to do probably in the locker room with, like, say, Franz or even Paolo and those guys, be able to teach them the little nicks and tricks, that's why they added him to this roster, and I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's taking up too much time. He's just putting in those spot minutes when you need somebody on the floor that could be a vocal leader and someone who has that experience. So I like the pickup. Just looking at it now, like seeing what the type of season is going to be, I'm like, I like it. So here, boom, Jalen Suggs, like that. I like that dime. I like that dime right there with Jalen Suggs. Love that dime out of him. Hold on, let me put this boom so I don't forget. But look, I like this dime out of Jalen Suggs though, right? Notice what he's gonna be able to do coming off the screen, right? He's gonna be able to get here, show the ball early, fool Mark Williams again. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what it is with Mark Williams getting fooled so much throughout these clips. I guess he's just a common denominator, bro. It's just a common denominator. And this is the second time as to which a ball fake has fooled him out, right? Got him in the air, got him to move his feet, something like that, got him out of position. So understand this though, right? How gullible bigs would be in situations, especially right here, right? When you get in a position where you force them to make a decision, the second they see the ball go somewhere, they're gonna bite most times, right? It's not gonna be until high-level defenders that you're gonna see be able to pick that apart and understand what you're actually gonna do, right? And so showing that ball high just for a split second caused Mark Williams to also go high. He jumps with that. Drop down to Bitaze, boom, roll, easy too. So little plays like that, I love to see Jalen Suggs, I said Jalen Graham tripping, be able to make, right? Because this contrasts strikingly to that last one I told you about, right? Remember that pick and roll where I told y'all the pick and roll where I was saying he needs to be able to get himself in a position to where he could be able to force a big to make a decision. This is how deep you got to get. This elbow area, right inside this paint, right? Not sitting outside this paint, not one step inside the three-point line. You got to get in the paint, right? To where the big is also rolling as well, and they're a threat. So now you force them to bite out on something when you give them a fake. Now Jalen Suggs once again though, right? From the start, let's beat this from the start. I want y'all to see this from the start. Jalen Suggs putting in work. This whole first quarter, I got some more stuff later on, but Jalen Suggs was working, right? Jalen Suggs be working, right? Notice him on his weak side. Boom, tagging us roll, take away that, boom, close out, right? But most importantly, it's what's going to happen after he makes this switch right here with Terry Rozier, right? This is going to be the big part. And that's something you're going to see him do every single time, and it's something that barely any players will do at this level of consistency, which is fighting through screens. You're going to see him get so many players get called for moving screens because he's fighting through every single one of them. If there's a defender who does not want to stop moving and wants to stay with the ball, the screener has to be so disciplined, and not many players are disciplined when it comes down to screening. Like, it's a skill that is rare to find in players. I'm saying it right now, it's like, damn, why don't players just do it? They don't have that heart. They don't have that energy. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to get that stop that bad. Some players really just don't want to play defense, right? And so what you're going to see Jalen Suggs do is step up into the grill, chase over the top, right? Big moves just a little too early, doesn't get set fully. And so not many bigs are disciplined. So at this point in time, Jalen Suggs is doing this continuously. You'll be able to get these calls oftentimes. And it's really a game changer. Really a game changer. Let's go fast on this clip. Boom, right here, Apollo. strip, chicken strips. Now, this is like one of the maybe like 2 turnovers all game with Paolo, but this is just more so of a situational thing, right? It's not a habit, it's just situation, something you could just break out of, right? To where you're coming over here and sending the screen, right? There's gonna be a tag, right? And so understanding that when this tag is going to occur, you must roll a little shorter and also roll to make a read instead of rolling and think score, right? Because you're gonna notice, right? You're gonna notice that as he sets the screen and then he makes this roll, he's gonna catch and immediately think score right here at this elbow. If he literally thought roll and let me make this read, he's gonna be able to read Terry Rozier in that situation and see the corner, right? But he screened, rolled, saw a lane for a split second out the corner of his eye and said score, right? And that allowed Terry Rozier enough time to get over, strip that ball, and he wasn't even aware of Terry Rozier being there, which left that ball exposed. So making these rolls, you always got to make those reads as well. Now right here, Cole Anthony. Boom. Cole Anthony had 30 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists off the bench, by the way. Off the bench, by the way. Tough buckets, tough step throughs. You seen that shit? Hold on, let me play this shit full speed. I don't think y'all understand how smooth this is. Let me put this shit full speed. This shit is smooth. Look, watch Cole Anthony, right? Rip through, boom, bop. Look over here. Look over here. Old head who thought that shit was a travel. You thought that shit was a travel? No, it wasn't. Let's go back. Look at this shit. Fooled your goof ass. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Hold on. Hold on. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, damn. Hold on. There we go. I don't know why this should be bugging. Hold on. Look, here we go. Here we go. Let me slow this down one more time. Don't fuck up on me. All right, here we go. Look, watch the steps. Watch the steps. Watch the steps. Look. Right, left. Slow steps. Slow steps. Slow step. Them shits is tough. This is one of the most deceptive skills that you can have in all of basketball. Having that slow step on those drives. And that just signifies a player playing at their pace, right? Watch these steps. Right, left. He made that right step a heavy step to the point where he could be able to read what's actually happening, right? And that signifies a player playing at their own pace because they're in control of every single thing as to which they do. You're not going to see that out of many players, right? You're not going to see that. You're rarely going to see that. And so Cole has that skill. Franz has this skill down packed. Like Franz's ability to change his pace on strides, like up there, like S tier, right? S tier. You don't really peep it, but he's S tier, right? Paolo is beginning to develop that a little bit. Yeah, like I said though, Franz, y'all really need to peep. I got a couple clips later on showing Franz and shit, because he do that shit every single time. Like his pace is immaculate when he's going downhill. Mostly letting Suggs go straight. Westbrook a few times a game is everything. It's either points or free throws every time. Look, also the thing about that as well is that you don't keep him in a box, right? You don't keep him in a box. It's not like you're telling him to just do one thing, play a role at every single time, never go out and do this. Like you're allowing him that little bit of freedom to go and make those plays, right? Because he's giving you so much effort. He's giving you so many stops. Is that even if he does make one of those bad plays, you'll take it because you know what you're going to get from him on defense, right? He needs to be able to get those touches, get those looks, and get that feel every now and then on offense. Because if you're putting in all this work defensively and then you're barely touching the ball offensively, not saying that he barely touches the rock, it's just that sometimes you got to let him be able to say, all right, you got so many crazy plays defensively to where you allowed us to get these stops and you didn't get the counting number for it. You didn't get the stat for it. But, like, all right, take that shot. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But it's just about, in time, it's going to be him and his ability to differentiate and be able to limit those plays to where I'm content with not taking those shots. You know what I'm saying? I know when to go to take that shot, and I know when not to go and take that shot or take that drive. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the key when it comes down to it. It's going to be the key. Now right there, Cole Anthony. You saw the timing of that pass, right? Not a lot of people even understand how you can manipulate the timing of a pass to be able to actually get a pass off, right? And so look at the situation, right? Look at Mo Wagner on this roll, right? Boom, Wagner on this roll. He's already behind Washington Jr. So now at this point, he's practically cooked. But Cole Anthony is going to allow this to be able to be executed because the timing is which he throws a pass, right? Because as a big in the situation, you're waiting for him to stride. And once he takes maybe those 2 steps or he gives away some sort of motion that signifies he's going to throw a pass or he's going to shoot, that's when you jump out on it. But he breaks his strides, right? And just immediately flicks that ball up and throws a lob to Mo. Boom, one motion, up into the rim. And so, had Cole got here in this spot, decided to take 2 strides, it would allow PJ Washington a little more time to see, all right, what is he going to do, right? How is he going to be able to blend this in? What exactly decisions is he going to make, right? But instead, he just flicks that up, boom, right there so he can get the lob at that point in time. Even then, also realize this too. Had he made those strides, right? Had Cole taken those strides, Mo probably would not be open on this roll at all. He would probably already be right underneath the rim. And so maybe like a James Harden situation to where he may have to disguise a floater into a lob or some shit like that. But that's not necessarily everybody's game, their forte. And they know how to do exactly so. Great job here by Cole. Like just changing up that pattern of the pass, of the strides, and then not allowing the big to pick up on that. Speed up just one bit. That's why I talk about Gary Harris. Gary Harris as well. I had to talk just a little bit. I got to give him his flowers right quick, right? And so when it comes down to this, Gary Harris as a vet, he's been with Orlando for 2 to 3 years, I believe, right? And so just having Gary Harris here at the 2, who's played the position of a 2 where you're 3 and D, right? You're just making every now and then you'll make plays. This I know just from the outside looking in has aided tremendously in Jalen Suggs' development because you got somebody who's playing that position, right, and has done that position at a good level, right, and now he's teaching him the little nicks and tricks of that spot. So now you got Gary Harris right there, boom, hand in hand with Jalen Suggs and teaching him how to play this too, how to spot up, how to do these little defensive tricks and whatnot, teaching him everything he's learned. Magic have actually set up a roster that's going to aid development and growth, and not like a young team with no vets and no nothing or anything like that, like the Pistons or some shit. The only team that's been able to get away with that is the Thunder, right? A bunch of young guys, but all those young guys got energy and they all ready to go. Whereas you look at a team like Detroit or you look at a team like Houston, right? He's got a bunch of young guys that think shit too cool, like they think they too cool for basketball and they think they still that guy. But reality, you can in your own reality, but really, like, are you at that level as to which internally you think you're at in real life? You're not. And so, like, with OKC, you got dogs to be able to make up for that. Orlando, you got players that are willing to learn, and then you put vets around them. Then you look at Detroit, you look at Houston, you can even look at a team like Charlotte. Like, Charlotte's not even actually that young. If they did get some young players, I don't know how well it. We'll see how Charlotte turns out. But, yeah, just comparing those two teams, like, that's why it works for Orlando. That's why it's working for Oklahoma. And then you look at those, like a couple other bottom feeder teams, right? The Magic aren't there no more, nor the Thunder. But you look at those 2 bottom feeder teams, Detroit, Houston, or what was in Houston, right? Because they actually got a couple of vets now. So ultimately, Orlando did a great job putting in the right vets at the right time. And now, boom, let's speed this up. Actually, I want y'all to Pete Franz, full speed, Pete Franz in full speed. Look, watch Franz right here, right? Watch Franz. Notice how hard he running down the lane just to be able to get down and be able to get this lay. That's the type of effort you should want to see out of every single player in transition, whether you're going to get a bucket or not, right? Because at this point in time, he sees a gap. He sees an opportunity. Player behind him trailing, right? Big down here, back turn in the middle. So what is he going to do? Sees this pocket for a pass to get thrown. And it's just about his ability to get to a spot to where he can be able to execute, right? And that pass can get thrown, right? And he outran Ish Smith, one of the players people in the league say is one of the quickest, right? And so, boom, lay, and one. That's just all came off a hard effort. You know what I'm saying? Just effort, energy, running the floor. Franz be getting a lot of easy buckets. People don't even be peeping. I don't think a lot of y'all peep at all, but Franz gets stupid easy buckets. Like his back doors, you all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. If y'all watch Magic basketball, you know how many times Franz gonna hit you with that back door instead of taking that spot up 3. Y'all gonna know. You gonna see. But here too, Franz's downhill bag is crazy. Like, it really threw me off at times because he doesn't seek contact at the times as to which I'm used to seeing players seek contact, right? Which is early on, being sharp on angles. But he understands the fact I don't have foot speed to be able to get those angles, and I got to be able to go and find new angles on my drives, right? And then he has a great pickup bag and different gathers he uses to finish around the rim. So, like, in a situation like this, right, with Brandon Miller, understand how Franz is able to manipulate these angles, right? Boom. Cole Anthony sets his steering going left, but he's not going to use it. He's going to keep going right? And so with Cole leaving that middle, getting to that left side, he's now able to use that middle and attack that middle. Even though LaMelo's sitting here on help, he's gotten Brandon Miller to break that base, right? With Brandon Miller breaking that base, right, that now leaves space right there for him to hit that gather, right, to be able to get that lay. Because notice the space right here once again. Notice the space that he's able to get. Right there. Because Brandon Miller's playing him, all right, I'm going to beat him to the spot. Break my base. All right, let me beat him to the spot and get back square. But you don't got the time for that because, boom, low rip through, Euro step to the left side, foul. Let me get my free throws. His finishing bag is really, really high level, and y'all really need to peep that. Now watch Gary Harris, right? Nemi, bro. Mix. I don't know who that is, bro. He must be from your hometown or some shit, bro. Like, cause nobody, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think nobody's heard of him. You want me to break down 10 rebounds, gang? Like you said, he had 7 points and 10 rebounds. You want me to break down 10 rebounds? Oh, look, he boxed out. He saw his man, he turned, hit. Oh, look, the ball went off the rim. He was able to track it to the right side because he saw the person was gonna miss the shot. Strong, right? Strong off the back rim going long. So, boom, rebound. Like you want me to break down 10 rebounds in 3 buckets? I would have to go back and watch the entire playtime. Center in Boston. All right, I already know what he did. Short pick and roll, short roll, run the lane, boom, drop off 2. Like, you know what I'm saying? What about the off-ball movement? You talking about in this play? You talking about in this play? Because Mo Wagner also did clear out a little bit as well, which helped him in a little bit. He said exactly. Exactly, bro. Dog is stupid, bro. I can't. Bro. I can't do it. If you give me a cool 20-piece out shot, I may peep that. I might peep that. If you give me a 20-piece, shit, I'm gonna have to be like, I might watch that. But other than that, it's gonna be rough. What about getting to your spots? In terms of just the skill in itself of getting to your spots, I feel as well getting to your spots. All of your spots are your strengths, right? So thinking of a player like KD, a player like just use KD right now for example. KD spots, right? What also like his spots, all 3 or all 5 levels, whatever lingo you want to use, right? Doesn't matter where it is. KD knows he can be able to score from X, Y, and Z. It's about how you're able to leverage yourself and set yourself up so then you can be able to use certain counters out of those spots, if you know what I'm saying, right? So, like, for example, KD at the 3-point line, he likes it as he pull. Skip tween sides up. Now I'm putting myself in a position to where I can get to multiple spots, right? It's really about putting pressure on the defender to make them make a decision or just to be able to make a read and see I could be able to go there. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, for example, like, boom, size up. KD could hit that tween size up skip and then get into a 2-dribble pull. Or he could hit that tween size up skip, get into a cross midi, get into a cross jumper. Or he could get straight into a pull-up. Or he could just blow by, right? Being able to put yourself in that position to where you have multiple options that you're able to layer. Right, because it all really starts from one thing that you really had a strength on. Then after that, you got to build. Right, you got to be able to get reps up. You got to put time in. You know what I'm saying? It takes a shit ton of work. You know what I'm saying? People say 10,000 hours for a reason. 10,000 hours. I done did the math on that. Like shit. Like you can't really put 2 hours a day in. That's what 365 times 2. That's 3. That's what 712 hours. Or no, that's not 712. That's goddamn 365. Boom, 720 plus another 10. That's like 730 days. right? 365 days, 730 days, or that would be 730 hours if you put in 2 hours a day. 730 hours, and that's just for 1 year for 2 hours a day. So if you're in a position to where I'm 13, I want to make it to the league, I want to be able to get an offer. I got 4 years, 730 hours over the course of 1 year times 4, right? 730 times 4, that's only 2,800, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a shit ton of time you got to put in. So like, ultimately, getting back to what you're saying, get into your spots. Getting to your spots is getting to your strengths, and then the way you're able to get to your strengths is by padding your game to where you can be able to be a threat and be able to have strengths from the same spot. Essentially, that's kind of how I see it, and just how I said how you said it. Then you said off-ball movement. Off-ball movement is a concept as to which is big time at all levels, all players, right? Because I even showed you one with Goga Bitadze just a few plays ago, to where he circled underneath that baseline. Off-ball movement, right? Or you could do, like, say something in a situation like this. If you want to get rid of help defense, exchange, off-ball movement. Relocation, boom, I pass, I get back out to the three-point line after touching the paint, off-ball movement, right? Little things like that. Oh, I cut, boom, off-ball movement. And so you can never go wrong, really, with off-ball movement. So, like, some sort of off-ball movement. There's a certain time and a place for certain things. So, say if a person is in the post, right, would it be the best time for me to cut at a certain point in time, or should I exchange instead of making this cut? You know what I'm saying? Like, what should I do at this point? And what am I good at doing? Should I cut knowing that I'm a sharpshooter, or should I just be able to stay spaced and exchange and see if we could be able to confuse the defense up that way? You know? But boom, right here, I was going to say Gary Harris. This play by Gary Harris is a smart play. He's not going to get the stop, but it's a smart play. Right? Just see it in full speed for the first go through. See it in full speed, right? Look, Miles Bridges. Backed right off. Got it. Let him get an easy layup. But understand why he did that, right? Understand why he did it. Look, because, boom, Miles Bridges fakes the handoff. He gets this angle going baseline. A shit ton of room, right? And so if Gary Harris decided to get right there in front and cut him off and try to cut him off, he would still be moving. And once Miles Bridges got into the air, it would be a bump. Gary Harris is sent to the middle of the rim in the air, and now Miles Bridges has a whole right side to get a clean layup, right? Which will now end up in him getting an and one, right? But instead, he lets go, hollows out, lets him just get the layup as it is, right? The only way as to which you'll be able to stop that layup is if you got in the air, swipe down hard foul, right? That's the only way you've been able to stop that layup. But if you try to play clean defense and just bump right there, you'll got sent straight to the middle. All that momentum that he got, he's already bigger, has the vert, bump, hang, control, right hand lay, and one. So that's a time to where you see the battle that you could fight, but you just decide not to fight it because it's not a smart battle to fight. So high level play by Gary Harris. You may be like, oh, he got a layup. No, he stopped him from getting an and one because he was just in bad position. Of course, ideally you'd want to be able to not get right here to where he has this whole lane. He broke your base already. But that's what happened, right? You got to make the best out of what's there. So now, boom, that would have been and one, easy and one. Just let him get that lay. Let him get it. Let me go full speed on this. Boom. Or no, that's 2/3. Franz. Remember I said Franz with the back doors. Franz be going stupid with the back doors. Look, let this shit play through first. Boom. Give up. JT Thor, step over on help, boom, Franz backdoor. That's the one thing you love about Franz, or at least I love about Franz, right? He's not no modern player, right? He's not no modern player who's gonna sit there and spot up, even when a person goes all the way over and help and decide to take the three instead. He's not gonna play that analytics bullshit that people be doing, right? He ain't gonna do none of that. And so understand this, right? Boom, Ish Smith hit on the screen. That sets up everything because at this point, Bridges has to step over more, which now forces Thor to help up over on this plug, and Bridges can't step all the way over because the reason why Thor helped over is because Mo Wagner had a lane. And so now at this point, Franz decides to cut on the baseline because this whole time, Thor was not looking at the corner. He was just looking at the ball, right? And so being a help defender right here in this situation where he gets hit, Bridges steps over, he has a lane, you're only reading eyes, right? You're only reading eyes and maybe ball. And the key is not being able to give this away, right? So you show one way, you show up, you show out, and then boom, he's going back door. So both ways that you showed, he's not there. And now you get the easy two. And so now going back to Franz, though, he's not going to be the player to sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to shoot every single three instead of cutting back door and getting a two that I'm going to hit 99.999% of the time when it's this open. Like, that shit's just not going to get missed, right? A three, you're going to miss some of them, right? The two, you're going to get those twos. And so as a player, how I see it, me, unless I'm hot, get that two. Because what that two could do for me and my confidence, right, in the course of that game, it can help me build my rhythm. I build my rhythm, then I can be able to get hot, be able to hit those shots that I really need to hit when I have no other option. And now Cole Anthony defensively. I want you to watch the type of job Cole Anthony's going to do defensively right here, right? I'm able to see how Cole Anthony, especially this season, right? I was able to see that Cole Anthony is trying to actually think through defense and really play defense, right? Notice what he's going to do with Gordon Hayward, right? Notice his positioning, his stance, forcing him to that baseline, right? And even when Gordon Hayward is going to decide to try and go, he's still solid. He's still trying to set him to that baseline, right? He's trying to get middle. I'm going to send him, make him spin back to that baseline. Because what that's going to allow me to do, right? I'm prepared for when he shoots that shot because I could get a hand up there. Instead of me trying to play him squared and then waiting and unsure of where he's going to go, I'm going to send him where I want and be prepared to give a hand when he decides to go up, right? Because I'm smaller. I got to make sure I'm off the ground quick. And so ultimately, him doing all that work early on, I got that stop, right? So defense is really about intent. It's about your ability to try to do your best to send a player to where you want them to go to, right? And then being able to be a step ahead of that, right? To where you could get a contest, where you could be able to make a chest move or make a steal because you know the ball may be a certain spot, lead them to help, get the ball at their hands, something along those lines. So if you play defense without intent, without a purpose, that's when you're going to be the player always getting crossed over, right? Always getting shifted, because what you're now just doing is reacting to what the offensive player does, right? And then you end up playing a 50-50 game to where they take a step out, right? They just take one large step out. You think they may just go, but in reality it's a crossover, boom, snatch. You know what I'm saying? You're on ESPN or some shit, you know? Like, or you on somebody's Instagram post the next day because that's the only highlight they had all game. They just hit you with that one move because you're just sitting there reacting. And so ultimately, like, as a defender, you got to know where you want to try to send somebody. If you play defense with no game plan, good luck. Like, good luck. You're going to get cooked, right? All players get cooked. They all get hit with moves every now and then, but limiting that, right? And limiting the offensive player. That's really what it boils down to. Then boom, right here, Apollo. This is what I love to see out of Paolo. This is a great play out of Paolo. I'm gonna show this from the start. I remember this bit by bit, right? So boom, Gordon Hayward on Paolo initially, right? Screen, switch, Brandon Miller. This is where Paolo's made maybe the biggest improvement this season, right? He's not settling. He sees a wing that's his similar height but not similar size. He's 260, Brandon Miller 210. I'm gonna put you in the rim. Right, I'm not gonna settle. Boom, one dribble, quick spin, hit the other side. And this is why his numbers are more efficient than it was last year. More prepared, less settling, and just playing with a little more of an aggression. You're gonna continue to see that throughout the rest of this game too. Now right here, peep this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put this full speed. Right? This is something about Jamal Mosley. This is Jamal Mosley breakdown, right? Look. This is a Jamal Mosley breakdown, right? I want y'all to understand the development of these next 2-3 plays, whatever you want to call it, right? Look at this. Cole Anthony, boom, skip pass, dart to the corner, shot by Houston, right? Misses that foul. He's gonna go to the free throw line, right? But look, right? Free throw, first one, knock. Look, second free throw, boom, shot, knock, boom. Next free throw, boom, shot, knock, right? Jamal Mosley, right? This is what a good coach looks like. Look, after he hit those 3 free throws, what he's going to end up doing now is putting him into an action to where he can shoot a shot. Because from those free throws alone, it allowed him to build a rhythm to shoot shots that feel good. And he's already got a smooth, fluid rhythm. going into this next possession to shoot this next one. He's seen that ball go through the rim 3 times on free throws. Now he's going to take a jumper. Oh, he's already in rhythm. That's what you do to shooters. That's what you do for shooters. You see him, once the second that they're able to see some shots just simply go in, you run some actions for him. You allow them to actually get some good looks. And so that's a great thing right there by Jamal Mosey. He's like, all right, boom, he had in that first shot, got some free throws. After he got the free throws, we gonna run a play, draw a play up for him so he could actually shoot a 3. And so in that one trip alone, you got 6 points. Just because he ran the proper actions according to what a shooter needs. And then right here, Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony be working. He's ISOs, he be working. Let me show y'all this in full speed though. Let me show this one in full speed. Boom. Tween. Or like, look, there's a little work over right here to the right. Boom. Work, tween, left, boom, back, right, spin, shot. Understand angles, right? Understand angles. Rozier calling for that little arm extension, but that shit was so quick, it's hard to even call that shit, right? Understand angles, right? One thing you'll see all great scorers and just elite players do is leverage both sides, right? Work a player one way, go back the other, so then after you go that other way, you have more space going back the way you first went, right? Kind of understand what I just said. Just it's gonna be a little easier to understand after I show it, right? Look, right? Look, works Terry Rozier right. Caleb Houston goes to this left wing. Boom, works him right. Now he gets back left, right? And now look at how much space he has to be able to go back right if that left doesn't go right. Look how much space he has. Spin straight to the middle, no contest. Slight little push off, too quick to see in real time. Fade, no contest. Easy, soft touch, drops in. So anytime playing in these ISOs, right? Anytime you're trying to go, the key is being able to leverage both sides and leverage where you have space, right? So if one thing doesn't go right, so say like you go left and it doesn't go right, then boom. I was able to also work myself going left and drive to that left with intention. So I have space going back the other way as well. So that's really key, because if you keep yourself in a spot where I'm just gonna go left, right? I'm just gonna go straight on. Like I got me right here, defender here. I'm just gonna try to go left, just straight on. Boom, it's gonna be a little tougher to get back right because you never really set up anything, right? To where you can have space that way and you could force the defender to overreact, so then you could get back that way without them being able to recover. Because that's what he really did here with Terry Rozier. Because he overstepped, right? So where, boom, I got to really try to beat him to that spot. Now I hit that spin, boom, little push-off helped a little bit as well. Now Jalen Suggs, look, Jalen Suggs once again. We ain't forget about Jalen Suggs. We ain't done with Jalen Suggs, right? Notice the aggression he's going to play with. Fuck it, I'm going to put this full speed. Notice his aggression, right? On these ball screens. Like, this is something you don't see players do. This is something you just don't see players do consistently and want to do every single play. Like, it just doesn't happen often. Cole Anthony Loki sold that right there. But just understand this, though, right? Like, how he's angling himself, how he's positioning himself to be able to get in these spots, right? Look, pass gets made to Gordon Hayward. Now, the key about this right now is how far out Gordon Hayward is from that three-point line at this point in time, right? And so this gives Jalen Suggs more room to be able to step up, slim up his frame, and play with a little more aggression because he's not necessarily a threat at this point in time, right? And nor has Gordon Hayward set this up. And so that aggression right there forces Hayward to turn his back. Turning his back, Jalen Suggs, as a defender, slims up his frame to where he could be able to get over the top of that screen, right? Because Gordon Hayward is not trying to control him, and it's more so Jalen Suggs is controlling Gordon Hayward, right? So now, boom, he tries to step over there, set that up, leaves the ball exposed while doing so, and now, boom, turnover. He's just working, right? Ball screens there. Oh, I'm going to make you work on this, because not a lot of players like to set up screens, nor do screeners like to screen. And so this just works perfect for Jalen Suggs. And then right here, Cole Anthony, low-key sold this. Look what he about to do right here, though. That's where he fucked up. That right there. That little ball swing. Had he realized Terry Rozier was on the way, probably kept out on the left side, but probably ain't noticed. Paolo. This is another thing with Paolo too. There's a couple things as to which Paolo really added. The aggression part, to where he's attacking the not settling, right, and knows that he could be able to attack. That's one portion of it. Then the other part is the passing window. I talked about this a little earlier on stream, right? His passing window has now elongated, right? Usually last season, you'll see Paolo attack, right? Make a move like this, and now he only thinks shoot, right? But now this season, he's able to play at such a good pace and such a good understanding, right? He's put the work in watching film that he's able to get here and continuously make reads on help defenders and be able to drop off to players, his teammates, who now follow right behind that. And so, boom, once again, like you just talked about a few minutes ago, off-ball movement once again as a big, not just standing in one spot, continuously moving to keep yourself available. And so Paolo just adding that, expanding that window, has made him just a better player, more efficient, and made Orlando a better team. And then this right here as well, Paolo. This too, Apollo. Hold on. Let me go back. Look, this is just, he's just ahead of this, right? He's already ahead of the game at this point, right? He understands his positioning. So Pete. Look, Paolo, boom, makes his catch. Watch Thor. Look, hops out to the side. Waves Bitadze, he tells him to stay middle because he doesn't need a screen at this point in time. Thor is already giving him an angle to go down and attack, right? And so in doing that, cross step, I work my way towards this middle, and it's as if we're already in the pick and roll. And so now he's just able to get here, boom, show the ball, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately put his teammate in a position to where he could be able to catch and get some shit off. But ideally, like, just understand the concept of him knowing what he already has, right? I know that I don't need the screen. No need to waste time and try to set a screen. Stay in the middle, let me work my angles, and now he could be able to work out of this. You know what I'm saying? He could even put this up himself, but he was probably thinking more so pass in a situation like this, especially with Marvin Williams down low. Pass a little off target as well. Throw that right next to the rim. Much better pass. But now you got to come down with that little tough contest over there. Pass was just off target. This too. This kind of goes back into the same concept like I was saying right here on that play with playing with pace, right? Notice what he's able to do, right? He did not do this last season. Like last season, it was just on go. Like game was too fast. He never allowed himself to slow down, right? But now being able to look back on it, he's now able to slow himself down. So look, right? Hold on, let's restart this right quick. Boom, look. Caleb Houston, right? He not really setting screen. He's gonna go and slip because that's a shooter. But watch Paulo's demeanor, right? Watch his pace. Look, sees LaMelo step over. Boom, I'm going downhill. I know that's bait. I know he's not committed to nothing. That's just bait right there. Look, LaMelo steps over, sees him spinning back, and that's when I'm gonna go and really start my attack. Right, so now I'm getting downhill, seeing what lanes I have. Take that one step Euro, show my eyes a little bit, get Bridges off his feet, step to the right, he's coming down on me, boom, bump off the glass, no foul call. That's an and one. Come on, man. That's an and one. And now he calling for a travel? Nah, it ain't no travel, bro. Ain't no travel. Oh yeah, this was the play too. LaMelo got hurt. I didn't see this. I didn't slow this back. Hold on. Look. Ooh. The fuck? That's weird. That's just weird. I haven't seen. That shit might be bad. I don't know what the fuck that was. Damn. He said he has an ankle strain. So he should just strain, like, because a sprain and a strain is different. A strain is a stretch, right? A sprain is a twist, more so. So, like, that's kind of, or, like, the strain is a stretch of the muscle. So, like, how the hell you strain your ankle? That's a joint. You probably strain the muscle in the ankle. But, look, though, let's talk about Jalen Suggs, though. I show this play for Jalen Suggs. Look, though, right? LaMelo with the made lay. Boom. Made it. Paolo down the floor. LaMelo down as well. Paolo's going to end up getting up. But this is why Jalen Suggs isn't necessarily the greatest point guard. But with the energy that he puts defensively, these shots hurt you as a team because they're bad shots, but he's got to learn when to filter these shots out, right? To where you just getting down the floor, you have some space, 20 on the clock, and you just take a pull up, right? I know you put in a lot of work on the other side, right? But this is not necessarily the best shot for you to take freely, right? Hold that trigger back a little bit to where you get a little better of a look, not so early in the clock, and it's not so much of a settle. And then you can be able to take those free shots, you know what I'm saying, just to keep yourself engaged on both sides. Right there with Franz. You peep that shit? You peep that shit? They called a travel on that, by the way. They called a travel on this, by the way. Look. Look. I may even post this shit on the gram because some of y'all, some people just don't know hoops, bro. Look. Hey, watch Franz, right? Look at Franz. Let me show this full speed to see how everybody in the game saw this. Look at Franz. Look, hold on. Did he really travel? Hold on. Did he really travel? Let's take a look, bro. Hold on. Let's take a look, bro. Let's take a look. Cause ain't no way the NBA referees themselves even got fooled on a play that's not a travel. Cause look, right? Boom, dribble, left step, right step. Where's the other step? That's just a player playing at such good control that he could stop on literally any step that he takes. That ain't no travel, bro. That ain't no travel. Unless he like dragged his back foot or something, that ain't no travel. And now this is look off ball movement once again. Look at this off ball movement though, right? Let me go full speed, just so y'all can see the pace of the game, right? 7 seconds left in the game, right? Off ball screen occurs. At this point in time, you're like, damn, they is not getting anything. 2.6 seconds. Franz could have literally sat at the 3-point line, try to hoist something up, but guess what he does, as he always does, right? Cut, and take the 2 instead of deciding to sit at the 3 and shoot a 3, right? Take the 2 before you take the 3, and this is why Franz's game is efficient. He's gonna take that open 2 before he decides to take an open 3, because the open 2 you're gonna make way more than that open 3. Even add up the numbers, you're gonna hit that 2 before you hit that 3. And this right here I want to talk about with Paolo right quick, and with playing against the zone. So right, peep this, right? Hornets in like a 1-2-2, right? Little 1-2-2 zone. But notice what's going on over here. Anthony Black cut straight to the middle. This is the power of getting the ball into the middle of a zone. You get the attention of everybody damn near, right? Except for the players who were formerly attached, right? So now they got the eyes of 1, 2, 3, all down. And so now you could go and play kick out. And this is where Paolo should take these threes, right? The ones where he could step in and get his feet set and not just shoot them because the clock is going down or because you just, I feel like I just kind of want to take a 3 right now. He's eliminated that, let me settle for a 3, right? And has now got into, let me just take the ones I'm comfortable taking, right? Them set shots to where I could really get my feet set and not get baited into having a hand right there or anything like that. Wow, watch this by Franz. Notice the step. Boom. Contact. Lay. Tough. Franz, it's going to be some point in time. Y'all got to put Franz in like the top like 10 most skilled finishers in the league. It may even be right now. Because his downhill bag is stupid tough. It's stupid tough, right? And so just understand like what allows drives to be open, right? And so he's going to drive every single time. Like I was talking about before, he's not going to seek contact as to ways most people seek contact at certain times. He has like a little different pattern and different angles and like just different pace and cadence that he has to his game to where he does seek contact. And it works every single time, right? So, for example, just on this play, right? Goes left, boom, gets to that middle, takes that first step right, cuffs with the right, and then he takes that next stride to be able to get through that contact as well. And then going away from the lane, boom, hook, little lay right there and then. Like the way is like his ability to just seek contact, one, play at his own pace and remain controlled and then get to his touches. You don't really see people do shit like that. Like, you don't see people do that consistently, right? Especially playing at their own pace. Now Paolo, boom, back closeout. Back closeout. Now just a little gem about closeouts, right? Quick little gem about closeouts. So when you close out, you want to get yourself right back into your defensive position as if you're just guarding the ball playing a one-on-one, right? And so that's the spot as to what you may want to get to, right? But it may depend on just making little bits of reads and two at times as well. So kind of think of it like this, right? If Paulo's gonna go and make this closeout, he gets to stop right here. Is that how you're gonna guard the ball if you're gonna just play him in a one-on-one, right? Is that how you're gonna want to position yourself to then lead them into help, right? And so that's why control on closeouts is so important, to where you don't close out and you just leave an entire lane for somebody to rip through, right? For someone to be able to trigger step, boom, go and attack. Because now you're not even leading them to help. You're just giving them a whole lane to get to the rim. So ultimately, just think like this. If you close out, get yourself to a position to where you're actually guarding the ball. Not too high up, not too far back, in a good position to where you're comfortable being able to take away their drive off that first dribble. You know what I'm saying? Bitadze in the middle again. He almost had that shit too. That was low-key tough. But understand, like, he threw that pass a little too early, right? Sometimes you gotta take time to give shit away, right? Look at Bitadze, right? Catches in the middle, attention to Bridges, Rozier, Williams, right? And so he's recognized as Bridges does a good job though, right here, recognizing that I'm not just gonna sit here and just look at the ball. I'm also gonna look at the middle and see where the player is at, right? But he's also really primarily looking for what's going on with the ball. And so, what's going on with the ball. And so in a situation like this with Bitadze, right, shows that pass there, step out here, could even lead that a little later on, right? In a sense to where if this player steps here and you see Suggs there, give it a little more time. Lead him with that pass because he did a great job of reading that. And so, boom, steals that. Or even try to sell it a little more and see if he really does jump out. And if he already is, and if he doesn't, right, and he's already aware, you don't got that. Franz, bro, I'm telling you, Franz, every single time, Franz is going to do this. Every single time, look. Paulo screen, boom, Bridges help. Now, easy lane, Miller steps all the way over. He could take an easy corner three. But nah, I'm going to cut and I'm just going to get a 2. It's just a smarter play to make, right? So many teams are leaving points on the board because coaches are telling them shoot those threes. But in reality, you could get a 2 that you're going to make 99.99999% of the time. It really don't make sense to me. It really is a dumb thing to do, bro. And right here would be Bitadze. Hold on. Notice this too. Suggs chase over. Bitadze, boom, playing this drop. Bitadze, vertical contest. Jalen Suggs from behind gets that block. That block really should go to Bitadze for this, right? Because Bitadze did such a good job at staying vertical, it now has forced Williams to hang in the air and give Jalen Suggs time to rotate and jump and block that shot. So although Bitadze doesn't get the counting stat, he's responsible for that actually happening. And that's how defense should be charted, right? Those plays should be charted and not the counting stat. Because a lot of times the counting stat is a repercussion of somebody else doing the right thing, which has now led somebody to get a steal or get a block or get a rebound. They need to start tracking that shit. Now peep right here at Jalen Suggs. Peep Jalen Suggs. He be working, dog. He be working. And notice, what I want you to notice on this, though, how he's going to manipulate his body, right? How he's going to change his angles to get over the top of screens and navigate, right? So guard interior 0 off the inbound. Boom, over the top. Shifts his frame this way to make himself skinnier, right? If you stay just wide shoulders, right, you're probably going to get clipped. right? So boom, I shift this way. You think he's out to play right now, right? Bitadze holds him up. Now boom, Suggs circles back around, navigates so he can get back in front. Another time where Bitadze's done a great job and has allowed Jalen Suggs to get right back into the play, right? So now he's right in front, and instead of being trailing behind him and being on his hip like most players would be, he's right in front of him, right? Ball right there just disrupts everything that he's doing because of the great job as to which he's doing by fighting, and also Bitadze by showing and giving him more time to be able to continue to fight the whole way through. And then even though he doesn't get a steal or a block, right, he's just simply able to disrupt his rhythm and make that shot uncomfortable, right? What would typically be a normal floater, he turned into a crossbody off to hang, float, and now he misses it. They get the rebound, they go the other way. Let me speed this up a little bit too. Boom, Franz, boom, spin, tough, lefty, lay. Y'all need to understand, he really one of them finishers, bro. He really one of the ones when it come down to finishing, right? Understand each portion of this, right? Down screen, boom, Gordon Hayward, underneath, re-screen, right? We want him to chase over the top, because if you get the player that's guarding the ball to chase over the top, that's when you can put pressure on them to open up their base and try to take them out of defensive position, right? Or put pressure on the big who's now guarding the person who set the screen. But in this situation, Hayward has now broken his base. So what? Boom, stop, create more space. Now I get right, and that same space I just created is going to set up the spin. Because now Hayward broke his base again. I have space to spin because he can't stand me up nor cut me off because he broke his base to try to cut me off going middle. So now I'm able to get left, boom, left delay, tough. Franz is really a top 10 most skilled finishers in the league. I'm going to say it. It's honest. It's going to be hard for me to say 10. 10? Actually, I'll say 15. Top 15. I'll say top 15. Top 15. I don't know if I can name 15 more skilled finishers. I don't know. His bag is deep. His bag is deep. But look, once again, Jalen Suggs working. Boom. Like he fights every screen, every recovery. He's there fighting, bro. And that's just something that's like, it's rare to find, right? A player to commit to every single game, every single possession. Like a player may do it for like a game or two, right? Or a quarter or two, but how consistent are you going to be? You know, and this is not even no easy thing to do, right? Because it's the mindset part that's tough, one, and it should be an easy thing because nobody really wants to screen. There's not a lot of disciplined screeners out there, right? And so understand this in a scenario like this. And point guards don't do a great job at setting up screens as well. So look at it like this, right? Jalen Suggs guarding Terry Rozier. Supposed to be a down screen. Boom. All I do is just give a little effort. I'm able to get over the top. Now they want to re-screen. Terry Rozier doesn't set it up. Now he doesn't wait for the big to get set. And now I have a gap to be able to get right over the top. It's just effort. You put in a little bit of effort, I promise you get rewarded. And so now he ends up continuously fighting to beat him to the spot and get right back between him and the rim. And look what he gets now. Boom, hitting his throat, boom, offensive foul, going the other way. It's just effort. You put in effort, you're going to get rewarded. Franz once again. But Pete, this right here, though. Come on, man. Like, how often do you see players be able to just change up their strides like this? You even got Cole Anthony on the sideline like, ooh, that's tough. Like, you even got him on the sideline like, damn. Like, he even still is shocked. He be doing this shit all the time, right? Because look at this, right? Playing in transition. Remember, I was talking about this earlier as well. The off-ball, making decisions in transition. I was talking about this a little earlier, right? So look, Terry Rozier looking to pitch the ball up ahead, right? But in Franz's scenario, they're going forward, but he's backpedaling. If he's able to see this load up on that pass, that's when he goes, right? Because if he sprints out, he's sprinting more so into that ball, and then Brandon Miller is going to end up having to meet it, right? So understand just that dynamic of it, right? Terry Rozier right here, boom, loading up this pass. Look how Franz is going to make that read. Now he's jumping out because Terry Rozier is throwing that pass to lead Brandon Miller to a spot. But if I'm able to redirect my back pedal to now run forward, I'm able to beat him to that ball because Brandon Miller can't stop from sprinting and going backwards while looking backwards, and he can't see me because I'm going forwards, right? And so now, boom, he jumps that. But most importantly, look what Franz does every single time, right? Notice how he's able to change the pace of these strides, right? Slow, boom, 1, 2, just to get to the other side. He's jumping to that left because that slow step that he took on that left side. He can't even block that shit no more. Use the rim as protection. Right here with Paolo too. Once again, no settle, no settle, no settle, no settle, don't settle, don't settle. Love to see it, bro. I love to see it. Love to see it. I'm gonna put this full speed though. Look, because Paolo, boom, they're playing the zone. Brandon Miller steps over. Now I got Brandon Miller on me one-on-one right here, right? I ain't gonna settle for no jumper. I'm not doing what I did last year, right? I ain't settling no more. So boom, I'm getting down to the paint, shimmy, boom, step through. Even though you're my height, you're not my size. I'm not gonna settle for these shots no more. That's why he's way more efficient. And now right there, Gary Harris. Remember what I was telling y'all about fighting over screens? Remember what I was telling y'all about? Watch Gary Harris, right? Look, PJ Washington gives it up. He's not stationary. If Gary Harris simply just continued just to sprint and fight through, he would have got the moving screen. But what he ended up doing, right? What he ended up doing, he saw him get here, and then he died on that. He died on that screen, that handoff, whatever you want to call it. And so had he just simply continued to move, that's a moving screen call. And so just to simply have the habit or to always have that urgency to fight over a screen, to get over anything. Not many players are going to have that. And you have someone like Jalen Suggs who does have it every time. Man, he hoarded so many offensive foul calls this game and will do so throughout the entire year, just off because of effort. All because of effort. Also need to do a Brandon Miller breakdown. I need to do a Brandon Miller breakdown. Then right here with Cole Anthony once again too. Also, I want to not even Cole Anthony. This is Terry Rozier. I want you to kind of just notice movement, right? His movement is for the most part great on this closeout, right? His foot replacements, his getting his base and changing and whatnot, but just more so the only thing that stopped him was a speed component, right? How fast he was on his feet. So look, he ends up hopping right here, right? But realizes he's ripping through. Now he hits that foot replacement, boom, slide opens up. That's great movement as a defender, right? Damn, I got hiccups. The fuck? All right, now look, right? I'm gonna slow it down even more. 0.33. So look, understand, right? This is like good defensive movement, right? Aside from the hop, usually you want to move in steps because the hops, like, it doesn't allow you to be able to find your balance on your feet to be able to like step, because you don't want to hop as a defender. You want to be able to step, and so you have to regain your balance, reshift your weight, then be able to move, right? So look right here, boom, he ends up hopping, right? Gets to the spot. Notice the foot replacement on this though, right? Boom, switches to the left, switches to the right, step to the left, slide, but ultimately he's not able to beat him to that spot. And so you see how minuscule of a difference that makes, right? If you're just simply a tad bit quicker, just like a sliver quicker, to where you could beat him to that spot, and that becomes a charge. That's how detailed and how detailed of a game basketball is. It's all about the little things, right? And now you begin to even look at the work that you just put in the summer and say, how much work did I put in? Did I push myself to my max? And by pushing myself to my max, I'm able to prepare myself the best way possible, like to my best extent, to be able to be in a situation like this and be in the right spot instead of being just a split second late. So little things like that, like he's just a tad bit faster, just a little bit faster, I could be able to get that right foot down, left, solid, hit, charge. You know, it's tough. And also I want to say this too, Mo Wagner. I got to talk about Mo Wagner, right? You wonder why the Magic moved Mo Bamba. It's because they got Mo Wagner. Now, Mo Bamba is more of an athlete, more talented, but in terms of playing your role, Mo Wagner is going to play his role, right? And he's also going to bring a little bit of energy and aggression and irritate the teams at times when he does get into the game, right? And so even though you may be like, Mo Bamba's this tall, this and that, his height, shot blocking, talent is one thing, but your ability to execute a role for a team is another. And so they had Mo Wagner, who you would end up having to pay less, and he's able to do more. Oh, we're going to keep him instead. And he's also really an irritant. If you be peeping some games, he really be he be talking. He be talking. I know he do. You can just see by the way as to which defenders and like the people that he's going against like react and whatnot. So let me go full speed on this with Paolo. Look, I don't think some people understand Paolo's defensive potential, right? How well he can move for his size and just how well he can move for his size, right? Like being able to close out, boom, open, slide your feet, move lateral, and with his size, take on bumps that most players would fold to because the offensive player is making that contact with intention, trying to get you off balance, but Paolo's not moving, right? Boom, he's there. So if Paolo's is really able to continuously become more aware of his defensive advantages, right? Be aware of his speed, aware of his length, aware of his size. Like he could possibly make all defensive teams going forward in the future if he commits to it. Look, this one I really want to talk about. I really like this play. I really like this play. I was surprised at this because you don't see this happen often. You don't see, or at least from last season, you didn't see plays like this happen often, right? Because look, let's peep the progression throughout this play. Look, you see Paolo right here, right? Bridges jumps, boom, fake backdoor. I'm open. I could shoot this. Last year he would have shot this, right? But let's count how long he has and how patient he's gonna be, right? Look, hold on. Look, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Now I go and I rip through once the defense has stacked up, thinking I'm gonna go middle, but in reality, I go the other way where there is no help, and I'm gonna take it in there with all my strength straight to the Baja. No more settling for Paolo. You know, that's what I love to see, bro. If he continues to play at this level of aggression, dog, this shit gonna be tough. This no more settling for. Oh my gosh, just wait till it begins. The numbers begin to stack up. He's just getting more and more efficient. Just wait on it. Also, I was gonna say this with Franz too. Franz had a solid angle, right? He had a solid angle, but the angle was really determined based upon the gap as to which he had to start, right? And so I want you to notice this. Look, let's go back. Notice, right? He comes off the screen, right? Catches damn near at this half court line, closer to half court than he is the 3-point line. So now, first screen happens. Boom, I get the switch. All right, now you're a little closer, right? But the gap as to which is there between you and your defender is really what's going to prevent Franz from being able to get here and be able to get his angle on this leg, right? All because of this, right? He now has to cover all this ground between him and his defender, and that ground gives the defender more time to be able to get back in front of him, right? And just simply with that, right, the defender is able to remain at a position to where they could go up and get this block instead of being towards the hip to where maybe you could veer step or they don't even have an angle to get to that ball. And so you got to understand the amount of ground as to which I want to cover. I want to be able to reduce that because now I have to cover less ground, and it's going to make me quicker to be able to get from A to B. And now, boom, late shot clock, float again, missed that next one. He was 8 for 8 up to that point, I believe. And I think he missed 2 right there. Or like 9 for 9 or some shit. Look, oh yeah, right here with Cole. Look, right here with Cole. Y'all got to see his full speed. Look. Watch Cole Anthony. Pointed to that weak side. Look. Down screens for Gary Harris. Look. But at this point in time, right, he sees that Gary Harris is not going to have an opportunity to do anything with what he has right there and then. If I pass this up, he has nothing. So the best thing you can do to be able to break this play apart is simply as a ball handler just to go. Don't sit here, tap, 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 go, right? Boom, boom, cross, straight to the middle. Because as a defender's perspective, understand what's going on there, right? Brandon Miller, tall, he's vertical, not no defensive base, thinking he's just gonna run an offense, right? And so the second Cole Anthony decided to say push cross, boom, lead him one way, hit him the other way, gone, out of there, right? Straight to the middle, straight to the Baja, left hand lay. So if you're in one of these situations and you see an action going on, they blew up that action, right? All right, let me blow up this play and I'm just gonna go straight on attack. Don't sit there and try to ISO, go straight ahead because the defender is not even ready for that, right? Miller wasn't even ready for that. Hit him with that push cross, and hit him with that second, he was out of there. And right there, he jumped that lane. Franz with a bad pass. Look, and this is the one play I was talking about earlier on the stream that I want to emphasize, right? The strength of your dribbles, right? And how important that is when you're coming down the lane in transition. So Brandon Miller jumps this pass, right? And now he's getting down the lane. Ball in his left hand. And look how lackadaisical and soft these next dribbles are going to be, right? And how it's going to set up Cole Anthony, right? Those dribbles not being aggressive and matching the speed that you're going with has now left more room for Cole Anthony to be able to get that ball because you're not in control of it. And so simply at this point in time, right, Cole Anthony's just trying to time up the ball before he's able to get the ball up high and get into a pickup, right? And so he's able to perfectly time that before the ball's in his hands. And so when you're getting down in transition, you got to make sure that dribble is also matching the same intensity that you're moving at. Then right here, Paolo once again, no settle. He don't settle. When you see Paolo settle, Paulo's not settling, bro. I just hope this remains consistent forever and always, because if it does, good luck. Good luck. Peep though, right? Look, ball screen, boom, slip out of it. Don't need to do nothing. My defender already stepped over. I already have the whole lane, right? Making the reads on the screen. That's the key as a big. Now Brandon Miller steps up. I see you. All right, y'all. You're small. Washington Jr. small. I'm not gonna sit here and float. I'm gonna go straight to the rim, to the Baja, right? Boom, spin move, through contact, hit, boom, off the glass. Ain't settling for nothing, right? And I'm happy to see him be aware of the size that he has against his competition, because when he decides to get to the rim and decides to finish around the rim, not many people are really gonna be able to stop that. Now, once again, same thing. He's not settling. He's not settling. I wish I had more of this clip, but the way it was cut up from just how the game was, it was weird. So look though, right? Caught. Look at the amount of space he has. I'm not gonna settle for a three. Look, now I attack. He's just too small. I got pickups. I got skill. I got movement. Boom, over the top. No more settling, bro. Like, love to see this, dog. Yo, what's good? What's good, Jason? What's good? Now, once again, Jalen Suggs. Oh my gosh, how many times is he gonna get moving screen calls? Like, this is probably like the fourth. Look at this. All just because he wants to fight. Even though he knows he should go over on Terry Rozier, he gets caught under. He's still gonna fight through it because screeners are undisciplined at all levels. And the second that y'all realize that, high school, college, middle school, junior Magic, to pros even, screeners are undisciplined. Players don't really want to screen. And if you just simply give a little bit of effort, you'll be able to get that. You'll be able to get a moving screen call oftentimes, right? And if you don't, you will end up getting rewarded. I promise you that. Boom. Once again, though, game comes with a little bit of pain. So if you don't want to play the game, if you don't want pain, then you're really not playing the game. You're gonna get hit a couple times. Now right here, once again, with Jalen Suggs. See how tough that shit was? Look at this shit right here. Look, watch Cole Anthony. One hand skip pass, or that's a two-hand skip pass. But look, though. Tapped it once again. But watch Jalen Suggs, right? In the game, you're not going to get passes directly to your shot pocket, right? You're going to have to relocate and find the ball and find space. And now look at his toes, right? That's proprioception coordination to be able to catch that, be able to let it off, and not just that, be able to make it. So stop being so mad when a player throws you a bad pass in a workout. Shoot the shit. That's how a game's gonna be like. Stop getting mad about all that other shit. Oh, threw a bad pass, throw that shit back. Oh, throw it back. You're not really preparing yourself for a game. I'd rather have a passer throw me a bad pass every single time than have a person throw me a good pass every single time in my workouts. Because a good pass is easy to shoot. The bad pass is tough to do. And so now you're beginning to just do things that's way more difficult and harder to operate upon. So now once the easy shit comes about, shit's like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit's literally like that. Now Jalen Suggs right here too. Boom, dot, Franz, hit. Oh no. He ain't hit this. This is the play right here. This is the play right there. This is all I want to talk about, Jalen Suggs. I'm tripping. Look at this. Look though, right? Jalen Suggs down the lane, boom, dime, hit Franz. Shot happens, right? And this is what the Magic needed the most of. This effort right here, these plays right here. All teams got a player like this, right? And he's really been the culture shift for the Magic, right? Or the energy shift, right? This might be one of the most improved players in the NBA, but it's gonna go unnoticed, right? He's been becoming an irritant, somebody who's aggravated, someone who's really just there and bringing the entire team energy. And realize what he did on that very last play too. How you like YouTube? It's cool. It's not as much. I thought it would be a little worse in terms of like copyright and shit, but I don't think I'm in trouble when it comes down to that. I haven't got strike with nothing. So look what he's gonna do though. Like at the end of this play, notice what he's gonna do. Look, dime, shot. Look, Franz, break. Watch Jalen Suggs. Miles Bridges on the rebound. Instead of poking for the ball right here, trying to get a steal, watch what he's gonna do. Right? Miles Bridges is gonna turn his back, thinking, oh, he's not gonna steal on that first attempt, right? And so now Houston right here, boom, makes him bring that ball over to the other side. And now Jalen Suggs reaches for the ball, hits his thigh, goes out of bounds. He waits till the ball's in a spot to where I could actually make a play on it. And I'm not just gonna reach just to reach. Patience is key. Now, boom, you getting hyped on the sideline. I'm helping y'all finish this game out too. Right here, Cole. Watch that step. Boom. Tough. Look at that foot angle too. Look at the foot angle. Look at the angles on it. Right? Peep the angles. Because understand what's gonna happen after he gets his contact, right? So boom, right step, left step. That left foot is literally pointed towards the sideline. But what that left foot is gonna end up doing for him into the shot is really the key, right? Because it's giving him space to be able to turn his body, find the rim, and shoot with no contest, right? And so that's the importance of being able to create contact and create space. It's going to be able to buy you more time to be able to get a better shot off. Boom, right there. Another change of pace. Where's Markel? He's hurt. And we on a 7-game win streak. Wow, he's still hurt. Jason. Wow, he's hurt. And Wendell Carter is hurt. We missing 2 starters. 7-game win streak. Come on, man. Lock in. Once again, look, they stealing this out of Franz's bag. Franz is the one who really be ODing on this. Look at this. Left step, slow down, right step, stop. Easy lay, bro. Look, understand this, bro. It's crazy. Look, it's really crazy. Because watch Jalen Suggs. Left step, look. Right step, watch the defender. They're jumping, right? And notice, when you jump and get off the ground, you can't change your speed and your pace, right? So if you slow down that last step, they're gone in the dust, in the wind, right? So boom, literally easy lay. Look like a kid in elementary school, right there. Easiest shit ever, just by changing the speed of your strides. Once again, watch Jalen Suggs. His angles, his navigation is tough. It's the little things that allow you to get the stops. It's the tiny shit, right? Notice the little stuff, right? Notice first screen happens, right? Boom. Gets over the top of that one. He's trailing at this point, right? But notice this next one. Slips it. And instead of continuously trailing, notice how he's going to cut the angle, right? Cuts the angle to get back in front. Change the pace right there by Rozier. Keeps the angle for him. But ultimately, as a guard in that situation, never continue to trail the hip, right? Why trail the hip if you can get back in front? Because that's your goal, right? Cut those angles. And now it leads him at a point where, boom, he's heading down late, and it's not as clean of a look as he anticipated it being had Suggs remained on that hip. And then right here, Apollo. Right here. This is a big one. This is a big one. This is a big one. This one really showed me, oh, he's really made this change, right? He really made this change. Look, the biggest change in Paulo's game, catch, butt naked open, right? But what is he gonna do? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Now, boom, I ain't settling. I'm taking it straight to the Baja. I'm not settling because even though I can shoot this 3, I have the speed advantage, I have the handle advantage, the skill advantage, everything going downhill, right? On Williams, right? I don't know if his name is Mark or Marvin Williams, I forgot. But look, gap, jab, easy could shoot this. But this is why he's so efficient, bro. This is why he's so efficient. He's just waiting, patient, and then he's getting straight to his spots. You know what I'm saying? Not settling for no jumpers. That's why you're gonna see the numbers continue to rise. And then right there at Franz, that's tough. Right there at Franz. Oh my gosh, this the speed of steps, the speed of steps, the speed of steps, the speed of the steps, the speed of the steps. Mark Williams, okay. Marvin Williams is, I feel like there's another player literally named Marvin Williams in the league or some shit. Look, but notice the impact of the steps again, bro. This only happens by a player playing at their own pace and under so much control, right? And you only attain that control by playing at your own pace, right? So boom, left step, right step, stop. Now I'm just able to hang as my defender continues to shift and drift a little more towards that middle bit by bit, and now I'm able to get that flow. That control comes from you playing at your own pace. Get through these breakdowns, hey man. I just realized I've been fucking doing this breakdown for goddamn hour and a half. Doing this shit for an hour and a half. Pete though, look. Yeah, he old as dirt, retired a couple years ago, but he played for the Hornets. Yeah, that's what it was. It's literally Marvin Williams, Mark Williams. I was like, wait, am I tripping? Am I fucking the hell? But look, peep this though, right? With Franz. Now I told you Franz be playing so much at his own pace, right? It's really a benefit to your own game because if you play at your own pace, you're now gonna try and take shots off the dribble, and there's gonna be less force for you to try to go and control. So it's going to be easier for you to get up into that shot and be balanced because you have less to control. Why not play at your own pace when it's going to be easier for you to get a better look off? It's really to your own benefit. You're going to be able to make better reads. You're going to have better looks, more balance. Like, it's really going to be best for you in all aspects. If you just slow down your pace and realize how fast you go is how fast the game is going to go. It's just about learning the little nicks and tricks to be able to prevent defenders from being able to make you go faster, right? Those over-aggressive defenders who try to get underneath your hips and try to dictate what you're doing, dictate your speed, right? And do those little things. You got to be able to figure that out, learning how to play with a base. And once you learn how to play with a base, then you'll be able to learn that you could be able to manipulate a defender and show them that I could blow past you, right? I could get past you. And that if they know that simple fact of they could get past me, right? Oh, he could blow by me. They're going to leave a gap, and now you have that room to operate and be comfortable, right? And then the second they try to get back up, boom, same little things. And now the bag at the same time that you have to develop to do the same stuff, it's a condensed bag, and that's where a lot of players fuck up. They don't want to develop a condensed bag to where they're just getting from A to B, right? They're not doing all these moves. They're not trying to hit a whole bunch of tweens and anything like that, right? You just got to have a one move and go, right? Push cross, tween, right? Watch Dame. Everything, tween. Like, he's not doing it back to back, but he's just hitting one tween at a different styles of paces, and he's gone, right? If he needs to change direction, he rarely ever needs to change direction. You rarely see Dame hit a snatchback. Why? Because he's so efficient with that tween. Like, really, honestly, think about it. How often do you see Dame hit somebody with a snatchback? Everything is straight to the rim, to the Baja, because those tweens, he's just getting right past you. Like, he's already getting angles. He's already got you out of position. So now I could be able to get a lay. I could be able to go draw a foul. I could dump off to Giannis now at this point, kick out to a shooter. Like, I have so many other options that I don't need to try to go and hit a snatch back and try to step back and all this other stuff, right? I could just go straight from here to there. My tweens are so efficient. My speed, my pace, all that settles. So all that just to say, the pace is key, right? You see Dame use that tween, pace is key. Timing is key. Levels are also another part of it. It's key. So there's a whole bunch of different factors though. But really it boils down to those right there. Pace, base, levels. And right here, I think Paolo has one more three or something. No. This is Paolo's pace. This is Paolo's pace. Let me go full speed on this one. Let me go full speed on this. I've never seen Dame make unnecessary moves. Like, I've never just combo up. This is the thing though. Like, the most I've seen Dame do is maybe like a couple to like 2 hard tweens into a go. Like, he may just hit a tween, then go. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't like do any of the unnecessary shit like you said. Like, he's just straight to it. Ain't no time wasted. Why the fuck would I play up my food? Like, I already got you beat. Right? I already got you beat. Why the fuck would I continue to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, you just get straight to it, bro. Like, I try to think of me seeing Dame hit a snatchback, but I was like, I don't see Dame hit a snatchback. But yet he gets his defender to break their base every single time. And people were trying to. I made a video where I was talking about the read to the snatchback, and they were trying to say like, oh, I think he's seen him open up his hits. That's why he hit his snatchback instead of making the read on the help, because the help stepped over to take away the layup because the person was already beat. I don't know if y'all seen that, but the defender's already beat, so I'll get the layup, but the help is not there. But just thinking about in a situation where as though, where was he even getting at? Where you already got that person beat, it's like, why do I even need a snatchback if I've already got him, right? Like, you see so many players like already got him, boom, I could kick out, I could lay, I could, you know what I'm saying, like drop off. Like, there's so much other shit that you can do, but players want to snatch back the second they see somebody just open up their hips. But that's not the thing that's really the first read to it. So, but for Paolo though, right? Paolo's patience is something that's hit another level as well, right? Peep the patience on it too. Peep the patience on this play. It doesn't really develop. It turns into a foul. But peep the patience, right? Boom, screen happens. Terry Rozier right here. Right here is where the patience really occurs, right? Just waiting for that gap in the middle to open up, for that defender just to shift. So now I could attack. And you think, oh, Terry Rozier almost had a hand on that. But the ball was protected by his whole arm, right? The ball was protected by his entire arm, to where he got here, boom, now I'm getting middle, ball's out in front of my frame, I get out in front of me, he's hitting my arm, wearing the bonus, I'm going to the line. His pace and his shift of aggression, no more settling, is really what's shifted his entire game. And it's also helped this entire team, because those is what allow you as a player to help the team value every single possession.
Fun guy, what's up, baby?
What it do, baby?
Yeah, yo,
hey, Alex Davis, appreciate that sub. Hey, this is your first time peeping the little sub animations on this motherfucker. peeping the little sub animations. But look though, right here, I think this might be the last clip. And if any of y'all not sub, make sure y'all sub up. This might be the last one. Right here with Paolo. The set shots. I love to see Paolo take these set shots. Let me put full speed, so y'all can just kind of see his actual rhythm of these shots, right? So y'all can just see the rhythm. So I just love to see him take these set shots, because it's not like he's not rushing it. He's going at his own speed. It's just like the shot you taking in the summer, damn near. And it's not like you're uncomfortable taking them, right? To where you feel any pressure taking those shots. He's just taking them as he feels, right? And these are the ones that he's got to continue to shoot, and the ones that he's just got to stay true to. And as he does so, efficiency gonna go up. Possessions are gonna be more efficient, not just for himself, but for the entire team. And so them threes, like last year, he was like, oh, let me just hoist up a bunch of threes. They go under, let me shoot. Oh, under, shoot. No, don't settle, go to the rim like he's been doing. And so they continue to do that. We continue to see this work out of the Magic as an entire team. If I could see a 44 and 38 season, I'm good. If I see 44 and 38, I'm good. That's all I want to see, 44 and 38. If we see 44 and 38, exceed my expectations. You know what I'm saying? It's just about improvements each and every year, just a bit by bit. Playoffs though, we got to get it to at least the playoffs. So I'm about to slide out though. That's the end of this breakdown. Next stream I might have, I'm not even sure quite entirely, but I told y'all the ideas I have for this week: either Jordan Poole, KD, or Chet. Those are ones I was thinking about doing this week. Maybe even Wemby, just to see how he been rocking. Maybe if he play like dog shit, I may peep into them games just to be like, oh, let me see what Wemby can do better, something like that. But I want to watch Chet more than I want to watch Wemby. So I'll probably watch Chet or Jordan Poole and show y'all why Jordan Poole is playing like dog shit. So we're gonna peep that soon. But make sure y'all sub up. Make sure y'all got your noties on. Streams every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and possibly even Saturdays, about 3:30, 4 p.m. EST. So make sure Rockets getting 50 wins. It seems like you've been smoking on 50 grams and 58s because you was bugging. That has not happened. So you wild as shit for that. And GTA, of course. I don't know how YouTube be rocking in GTA, of course. But make sure y'all sacrifice y'all present self and invest into your future self. And you do everything you need to do to be able to get to where you want to go. So discipline or regret. You choose.